All right, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me. Got you good. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Saturday Night Snake Talk. And I have a special guest in the house, Wild Boy Dev. How
What
are
up,
you,
baby?
Dev?
What's going on,
Going on, man? So it's really cool to have people in the house and be able to chat. So as always, guys, hit us with super chats. You can hit me. You can hit Dev. We'll be talking about a bunch of different reptiles. And again, it's just a chat with a guy. You're relatively local in the area, which is nice.
Yes, sir. Right
We met because you had brought a king cobra in.
Yeah, Taco.
Taco, the red-faced king cobra.
Yeah, so Taco is amazing, and been a couple times. It's getting bigger now. How big is
She's
Taco now?
She's over 5 feet now, which is like we was out here the first time I brought her out was September of last year.
Yeah.
Bring her back out this year. Hopefully, we bring her back out this year, September.
Yeah.
And she should be around like 7 feet by the time.
Wow, it's amazing. You know, I tell you what, it's crazy to think how much it is, and I know you work with her a tremendous amount
Every day.
every single day.
Every
you know,
day.
I mean, it's so it's a pretty placid king cobra, but it's still a king
It's
cobra.
Still a king. No
Still a
matter
king.
what, I tell people, and when I post my pictures or videos of me working with that snake, man, I'm constantly saying, do not try this at home. This is not something that, you just wake up one morning and be like, just grab a king cobra by the body and just pick it up and get the free handling. No, it was, you got to use common sense when you're working with things like that. Man, so.
Yeah. And so what was your inspiration to get a king? I mean, what made you want to get a king and stuff like that?
When I was probably 6 years old or so, I went to the Detroit Zoo.
Okay. Yeah, I remember they had that giant king. Yeah.
That was the first time I seen a king cobra. And ever since then, it was like I fell in love with them. King cobras, gaboon vipers. I fell in love with reptiles right then and there. Yeah. And I was watching Steve Irwin just like everybody else, Jack Hanna, growing up. And it was just an amazing experience. So over the years, just constantly just watching them and seeing how they operate. But to now actually own one is completely different than seeing one at a zoo or seeing one inside of a book or on TV. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, they're such a smart animal. Again, I've worked with a number of them from all over the world when I've traveled, and they are definitely the king of snakes. I mean, I always say they're the king.
Absolutely. Watching a king cobra function as compared to a retic is nothing. There's no comparison to it. It's just
it's really crazy. I mean, you can see the intelligence in their eyes. You can think they're thinking constantly. They're trying to figure out stuff. They're amazing. And I had the pleasure of being in Indonesia with some of the snake handlers
I saw
there.
You kissing one on the back of the head.
Kissing one on the back of the head.
Crazy.
And those guys, it was interesting because these are the Indonesian snake show guys, and they I saw their show 3 times. And I'd say the show, they had 2 different king cobras that they would use. They kind of alternate through them and stuff like that. And even if one just wasn't performing, they would switch out to the other one, because they wanted a lot of mock charges. They wanted strikes. They wanted
one that's too exhausted. It can't
one's just a little bit tired, so they would keep it off to the side. But so, I mean, you could probably even make a little bit of the argument of like, are those shows good for the animals? Because they're stressing the animals a little bit. They're doing, but that being said, I had tremendous respect for those guys because I tell you what,
they're putting their life on the line
my gosh,
every single day.
And I'm telling you what, Dev, no less than 3 times every show, I thought one of them got bit. That's how close it was. I mean, literally to the point where it would strike and I go, did he get bit?
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, and we're talking every show. I watched 3 shows that day, and every one of the shows,
somebody was bit.
I thought someone got bit. That's how close they were. It was incredible.
It's a dangerous game.
And those were 14, 15 footers. I mean, so that's mock charge is a 3 or 4 foot mock charge.
And sometimes it could possibly be 5 foot.
Exactly.
Lunging out at you. So you got a 15, 14 foot king cobra that can stand up at 6 feet tall, just looking you dead in the face like.
Yeah,
that's intimidating.
That's intimidating. We even just had a monocle out
just the other day.
Yeah, just a couple days ago with Bruce. Bruce's Jasmine, and that animal is 4 foot. I'd say roughly. 4
roughly.
foot. And I mean it stood up a foot and a half in the air.
Right.
I mean, it's it's
tall.
I mean, just stood up and perfectly good. So again, I know Clistia dropped a super. If anyone else has any supers for myself, Deb, we can talk about any snakes. We can talk about kings. We can talk about venomous snakes. We can talk about social media. We can talk about whatever you guys want. So hit us up in the supers, please. Keep us going, and that's how this game works. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Clistia just said send in love, and we love
Thank
you,
you.
Clistia.
We love
you.
you too. We appreciate you too. And like I said, it's obviously, I mentioned, I just reached out to you yesterday because I was talking, I think that over the last couple of weeks we said, hey, we really want to start having guests on. We want to start having guests on the podcast. We will still probably have like maybe once a month a solo, Jay and myself.
That's right.
Podcast. But the other time we want to have people on the just because people don't want to listen. I mean, some people might want to listen to me talk, but a lot of people don't want to listen to me talk every week. I mean, I've got lots of stories, but I run out of them, and there's only so many things I can say. So getting a chance to learn about other people. And, the reason I thought of you yesterday was because, I think a lot of podcasts want to have like the biggest names in the business on and stuff. And I kind of almost want to go the opposite, at least for now, where it's like, people that maybe don't know anything about you will find out about you, learn about your passions and stuff that. And obviously you've got the shirt Taco Tuesday
That's
on.
it, baby.
Tuesday. Taco
Tuesday, baby.
Yeah. So again, she's about a year old now.
She is, what's this? This is June. She is 18 months.
18 months old. So yeah, it's already getting almost 5 foot. It's pretty amazing. Matter of fact, yesterday we went to Ohio Fish Rescue.
Right.
And
Jay was just telling me about it.
Yeah, it was so cool. And
much fun.
They had an Arapaima fish that literally was 6 inches and it was 2 years old and it was like 5 foot. A 5 foot long
at
fish
2 years old.
At 2 years old. I mean, it was pretty absolutely incredible. So it's just wild how some of these animals can grow at a rate.
In the new Reptarium, are you going to put Arapaimas in there?
I don't know. So don't get me wrong. I was just on the phone literally before we jumped on the podcast with a friend of mine that does tanks.
Right.
And, I'm still trying to source out what we're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's like I told him, I don't think we'll have the jelly tank that's going to be small, or we'll have, a couple tanks here and there. Yeah. But most of our tanks, I think like the smallest tank we're going to have is like 1,000 gallons.
Okay.
It's like the smallest tank I want is like 1,000 gallons. And I think that most of our tanks will go from 1,000 to 4,000 gallons. But we will have, obviously the Ray tank that'll be, whatever, 8,000 gallons, something like that. Maybe even more than that. I don't even know. I think
it might even be more.
Yeah, it might be more because it's probably more. I don't know how to calculate 29 by 23 by 6.
No, but we'll figure it out. Somebody hit me in the comments.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments what you got there. But an Arapaima needs. I mean, they're going to get 9 foot.
Right.
So it probably. I don't even know if a 4,000 gallon tank is big enough. Now if we had, the Ray tank would be big enough, but of course they're freshwater and the Rays are going to be marine fish, the ones we're going to go with. We will have freshwater Rays too, but not in the big tank. So I don't know if I have enough space for an Arapaima, to be honest. As much as I'd like to, it'd be a dope animal. Yeah. Really cool animal to display. And I'm not going to say we aren't going to, because we might have some sort of
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, ideally what you would want with that is a low tank that's maybe like 4 foot that is uncovered. And you would have to have someone standing there all the time, though.
Right.
But then you could do feedings where it explodes.
Just explode.
And that would be
out of the water, smacking the water.
Yeah. So boom!
Splash.
It's so loud.
Yeah,
I was so unexpected. I got taken by surprise with that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Of course, our buddy Paul Cafaro had did you see his video?
I saw that video.
That was like the most viral video that anyone's ever done as far as animals go. I mean, that video had to get hundreds of millions of views across social.
Smacked in the face by.
Yeah. And it was as soon as I saw that video that came out like 2 months ago, and for those of you guys that haven't seen it, it was Paul Cafaro puts a shrimp in his mouth blindfolded, goes down, and as soon as he touches the water, the Arapaima, and what happens as soon as you breach the water, the Arapaima explodes, and it explodes and smacks him in the face. And I think it was like kind of fake that he got knocked out. I don't think he actually got knocked out. I think it was
in the longer video.
He explains it. Yeah,
it was popped back up. He was like, "No, I'm just kidding." So.
But it was a great acting. It was great.
Wonderful.
The whole thing was like, I mean, when it was cut, when it looked like he was actually knocked out. I think that's ultimately how he got onto Joe Rogan, was because Joe thought he got knocked out.
Fish.
Didn't see the long form, and that thing just went freaking viral as could be. So it was definitely wild.
Hey,
but
Air Pima's got them one-hitter quitters, baby.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it's I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to discount anything right now. We're still in the very early stages of trying to figure this whole thing out. You know,
like you said, you just never know. You didn't think you were going to be here. So.
And just as much as I'm excited, don't get me wrong, just as much as I'm excited about the aquarium, and I am, I'm also excited that we're going to probably be able to add somewhere about 5,000 square foot to the Reptarium. Okay. So that's a lot more reptiles that we can do, like building the exhibits for Salt and Pepper and RJ and stuff like that.
It's going to be crazy.
Get you a pied alligator next.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Greg Graziani, my boy that produces the albinos and black ones, and he does have a bunch of pieds. He said he's 2 years out. Yeah, 2 years out before. That doesn't mean other pieds won't come available. And if anyone does come available, I would love to jump on it. But right now there's just no pieds available, unfortunately. So, so what's your plan? So tell me a little bit. We hung out quite a few times. You've been to the Reptarium, but I don't really know much about you as a person. Like, what other reptiles you keep? I know about your king cobra and stuff like that. I know you have a bunch of stuff.
I have quite a few. I have retics. I have a West African gaboon viper, 2 alligators. I just recently picked up a Nile Monitor not too long ago at the Taylor Expo.
Yeah.
He's amazing for a Nile Monitor that's already tamed.
Yeah.
Almost 4.5 feet long.
Wow, nice.
Beautiful.
Really tame already, huh?
Yeah, he's tame. Just
we could use some help on the chicken strip over here.
Go in there and I can feed him and then turn back around and rub him on his head and he doesn't have any type of reaction.
we obviously have had Niles that have been good, but most of them, chicken strip's a monster.
It's chaos every time.
Zeke will let you do whatever. Yeah. He just don't like being picked up for the most part. But outside of that,
bigger monitors are like that, yeah.
Also, I have a Asian water monitor, still young. He's about 2.5 to 3 feet right now.
Okay.
And then we have quite a few bearded dragons. We have a clutch of bearded dragons getting ready that I'm waiting to hatch out right now.
That's cool. Is this your first clutch?
Second.
Second clutch.
So we have 16 eggs that we're incubating right now. So we're just waiting for all of those to hatch out and get them out there.
That's nice. So, that's dope, man.
And we have Tokay gecko.
Oh my gosh, Tokay. We were just talking about Tokays the other day, like how
I love them, man.
As a matter of fact, did you say that the guy that's coming does Tokays?
Yes, I think that's right.
So
I think that's correct.
So next week I think we have someone that's coming in that'll be the guest. Do you remember who it is?
If I had my phone, I would be able to help my phone.
Yeah, your phone's fried. Yeah, his phone is destroyed.
Destroyed
his phone.
Man, you gotta get another one.
You know how we do. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But so I unfortunately I was out of the loop. So we have a guest coming next week. I can't wait to learn more about him as well.
Hell yeah,
because I don't know who it is. But he works with Tokays, but I think he's working with mutations and stuff like that at Tokays.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to find, but it was so hard trying to find the different mutations of them and. Especially the ones that are here in the States. Like, we was finding a bunch of them overseas, but as far as in the States,
Kevin's doing a couple things again. I think that he out at Nerd, he had a pretty good colony of Tokays for a while, and then I think something happened and he lost a bunch of them. And I think he went a couple years with having a few, but not really messing with the colony. Right. And I think that the last time I spoke with him, he was like started it up pretty heavy. And I think they had like leucistics and pieds and albinos and the solid blue ones and stuff like that. So I think Kevin is working on it, and just like everything, he socializes.
If I'm not mistaken, there's the Black Reptile group that I'm a part of. I believe there's a member in there who has.
I'm a part of that too.
Yes, you are. He really is. He really is.
He invited me in, man. I love it.
Brian's invited to the barbecue, bro.
Invited to the barbecue.
Yeah, happy Juneteenth, man. Happy Juneteenth, my man.
Love you.
But I think she does a couple of different mutations of them.
Okay.
But she hasn't started to breed them yet. But I believe she has a couple different mutations. So
I love the powder blue ones. Jay, can you punch up powder blue Tokay gecko? I mean, these things are legitimately like ridiculous. Oof. Yeah, look at that. So there's look at that, man.
Jeez.
Oh. And of course, this picture within the hand, the one that's in the middle.
This one right here.
That one right there. That's probably the most famous Tokay gecko picture ever.
Are you for real?
Like, I mean, you see that picture like every time you
you Google it.
I mean, it's like that picture was the picture that like took the internet by storm. I mean, again, it's on Pinterest. It's all over Instagram. But it's probably been like 5 years since that picture came out. But for the first year or so after that picture came out, I swear that came up in my feed at least once a week. I mean, it was like, but you can understand why. That's like ridiculous.
I mean,
right?
these are wildin' looking, man.
I know. Is there any other mutations in here? There's like a little pied down a little bit further.
Ooh, right here?
Yeah, right there.
I've seen some videos overseas where they're huge.
Yeah, they get some big ones.
Did
Did you ever see that video that went around that was the fake tokay gecko?
It was crawling on the floor?
Yeah. It was actually, did you ever hear about this?
No, I have
Jake?
no idea what you're talking about.
Just see if you punch up like fake tokay gecko.
This tokay gecko was like 5 feet long and just walking across the floor.
Oh, wait. I think I'd seen the image for it. This thing, right?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
What was it, like CGI?
No. So what happened was they literally took a water monitor and they made a tokay gecko suit.
Get out of here,
And they
dude.
zipped the suit
You're
up.
fucking
And this thing literally was like, I mean, you can, if you go on the right-hand side.
This one?
And go down a little bit more. Well, that one's not bad actually either. You can punch on that one.
This one?
No, the other one.
Sorry, my bad.
The one you said, this one. With the circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was not bad either. I mean, you can see but I mean, people thought that was a real tokay. I thought it was a real tokay
You're like,
gecko.
wow, they're getting big now.
I was like, oh my God, they found it. And I think, I look at this guy right here holding the dang
This one?
Yeah, look at this.
What is this?
I mean, it's crazy. So I don't know why they did it. I
that
don't know if they were
tegu in a
trying to
tokay gecko?
scam people. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but literally, this was a tokay suit that was put on a Asian water monitor.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing. So, but so tokay geckos.
Tokays, lychees, one lychee gecko.
Okay.
A cobalt blue tarantula.
Okay.
Which we found out not too long ago that if you
get bit by that,
send you to the hospital. Wife
Yeah.
got bit by it. And
She got bit?
Yeah, she got bit trying to clean out
What
a
happened?
little tunnel.
Yeah. Bring us through that.
I told her to stop just sticking her hand in there, but she didn't want to listen. And the tarantula was like tucked away up under, like hiding on some Spider-Man type of ordeal. And
Right.
she stuck her hand down there trying to move some stuff around. She was like, it's not down there. Next thing you know, I hear, oh, it bit me. And I was like, well, I kind of told you stop sticking your hand in there. You didn't want to listen. So
what were the effects?
at first, her hand swelled, because she just got bit by, it tagged her with one fang, so it didn't get both.
Okay.
So when she got tagged, and first it just started to swell up.
Really?
It immediately started to swell. And we were taking ice buckets of water, and just kind of, because her hand was getting hot.
Yeah.
So she's sticking her hand in and out of the bucket of water, trying to cool it down. Just that wasn't working. I was like, if you need to go to the hospital, go to the hospital.
Right.
And then within about an hour and a half later, she crying,
Just pain.
pain. She was like, I got to go to the hospital. She gets to the hospital. They hit her with all types of medication, and she comes home like, I'm not doing that again. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
I kind of told you.
Now, did she have to spend any time? I mean, she was just there for a
No, she was only there for about an hour, a couple hours or so.
They give her like pain meds or
yeah,
like
like fluids and stuff like that, because they were saying that, what was they saying that? Crap, I can't remember. But she wound up coming home, and finger was still numb for a few days, and she was still like, she couldn't really move it around that much. But again, for everybody, it's different. You know, some people have different side effects. Some people don't feel it. Just like with tattoos, some people don't feel tattoos. Some people scream and holler when it comes to tattoos.
Yeah.
But I told her, lesson learned.
Yeah, well, that's a lesson learned. You know? I've seen Bruce take out the Goody Sapphire a couple times, and I've said the same thing. Like,
now,
dude, that's just.
I've watched her get tagged by an Argus monitor.
Okay.
On her hand, and it ripped her open.
Oof.
She went. She dropped a piece of chicken in and went to grab the chicken, and the monitor smelled it and ripped her right around her thumb.
Oof.
She didn't even cry for that. She just came upstairs. She was like,
different.
"He bit me." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, the monitor bit me." I was like, you want to get stitches?" She's like, "Nah." I was like, "All right, run it under some water and pour some alcohol on it, and then wrap it up. You'll be all right." 2 days
I got
later,
lucky.
she was
I got tagged by Elvis once that way, but it got the tips of my finger,
Okay.
so it wasn't like meaty part.
Right.
It hurt like hell.
And you were quick. You went with it.
Yeah,
at
and
least.
I went with it. Like as soon as it grabbed me, Like, and what it was a feeding thing. I was feeding it, and then I went to pet it, and instead of going, I usually go behind its head, pet it forward so it knows, okay, there's no more food. Break that food response. But in this case, I went a little bit, I just was being lazy, and I went forward, and he just grabbed my fingers. And, but yeah, I went right with him. Like, he pulled, and I went with him. Like, I didn't, like, try to resist. And so it was just puncture wounds, no rips, no tears, anything like that. But he hung on for, I mean, it was 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it's
like
scary,
bro.
Yeah,
10 seconds of like,
and that was like right when I started. So like, I didn't know. Like, I'm like, is he just gonna come up with no fingers on? Like, what's going on?
What was funny was,
oh no,
Mister. What are we gonna do?
What was funny was that I was on a tour when this happened. And they were like what, 12-year-old boys?
Oh,
dude,
like they were the best, dude.
And they loved it. They were
all about it.
They thought it was the best thing ever. I mean, the thing that was so amazing was that like I was bleeding like a stuck pig, you know. I mean, I was like, there was blood all over the floor, and I of course went and I wrapped my hand up. I didn't even know how bad it was because I was like, oh my god, this is a big monitor bite.
But you're like trying to get back to the tour too, you know.
So I just wrapped it up, and the paper towel was just red. And the kids are just petting Elvis.
Yeah, they're already back to it.
They're just petting Elvis, and they're like,
crazy.
Oh. And they laugh, and they're like, and I think I even asked them, like, what's the best part of the tour? Like, oh, when you got bit was so awesome, you know? And
thanks for doing that for us, bro.
And it wasn't until we got, because that was like towards the end of the tour, so there was like maybe 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
It wasn't until they left that I unbandaged it. And I thought, like, I was even thinking, like, am I going to need stitches?
Yeah.
You know, it's a big monitor, 5-foot monitor bite. But it wasn't, I mean, it hurt, and there were some pretty deep punctures, but nothing else, so I've been real lucky.
And within the 10 years of me working with reptiles, I've probably been bitten once.
Really?
Once by anything.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's crazy.
What did you get bit by?
Tiger retake.
Oh, was that a big one or a small one?
A small one.
Okay,
during a feeding response, it was dangling a rat in front of him. He was asleep. He woke up, turned around, and lunged out. The rat swung back, and he tied me on the wrist.
Yeah.
Other than that, like ball pythons, I show people like the bites from them is not that bad. So I just instantly just stick my hand and just let them bite me. But that doesn't count because I allow them to do that.
Because you allow the
but other than that,
bites.
I haven't been bitten by anything. So.
I get bit every now and then. I went through a period. What was
I was
it?
gonna say you go through. That's what happens is that you won't get bit for like 8 months, and then you'll get bit by 10 things in a week.
In a week,
you know?
I went through that 1 week where I swear to gosh, I got bit in the face. I got bit in the eye. I got,
you
I
had marks everywhere.
I got
bro.
bit like 10 times in the hands. I had like.
I think actually that time when Elvis bit you, that was another string of like a bunch of different random things getting you.
It's like it comes in waves. I don't know what it is, but
so funny.
What else did Castilla say?
Castilla says, Brian, I have my Fear Me shirt on, and Dev, Taco is so cute, and I love your hair.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
What a sweetheart.
That's awesome.
You
can get that. So you can get the Taco Tuesday shirts, right? Where can you get those?
Right now, I am out of the Taco Tuesday
Oh,
how dare you?
Dang, no.
Unfortunately,
So no
I
good
gotta
for you.
talk to my guy and getting some more made. Because I wasn't expecting them to sell out as fast as they did.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, just
so
stay
cool.
tuned. You can follow Deb. I'll put all his stuff in the description, so you can follow him there. When Taco Tuesday shirts come in, you will get a chance to get them.
Oh, by the way, it was DDCB Exotics is the person that's coming next week. He's in the chat too, and he said he can't wait to come. So
good. I see it. DBCD.
DBCB. Yeah.
CD.
Yeah, CDs, BDs. You know what I'm saying? CDs, TDs. B&H Reptile says, Brian, how would you recommend gaining the trust of a baby Savannah monitor? We feed it with tongs and keep our hands in the enclosure. It's still very skittish, though.
You know, really, baby Savannahs are skittish. You know, I mean, just like most baby monitors are really skittish. It just takes time. You know, I mean,
one of the things I found out that really helps is if you take them and put them in a small, shallow thing of water, and that way it gets their trust to working with you, because then you have to use you in order for them to get out of the water. So,
I think Kevin uses that.
Oh, that's
technique
interesting.
A lot too. Yeah. So
I use it with Nile monitors, water monitors, any little lizards or whatever that I need to.
Yeah, that way they don't fear you when they're crawling on you, because they're using you to crawl out. So yeah, it's speaking of water
psychology almost,
yeah. Speaking of water monitors, tomorrow, make sure to check out the vlog tomorrow.
Oh, it's
we
a banger.
We took Elvis, obviously we actually took him to my pond in my backyard. So I did a little slinky action like Kenan, you know, and took him to the pond. And weirdly enough, he didn't like the pond that much. I mean, he messed around a little bit. He swam a little bit, but and he loves to swim. Like we've taken him into to Bowser's tank. He swims around, but But yeah, he didn't. He was more about like just chilling in the sun.
Yeah,
he just wanted to hang in the sun.
He might have my condition. I was just talking to Jay about it. If I can't see my feet in the water, I'm a panic, man. Open water, it's over. Like I'm gonna freak out.
I know. Well, you know, it was funny. I went in this tank at Ohio Fish Rescue yesterday. It's a 4,300 gallon tank, but there's only like a maybe a 1.5 by 1.5 foot
like
opening.
an ice fishing hole.
And so other than that, you can't it's like just sealed. So when you go and you start swimming and you go up, you can't get you like hit the top. And
Panic
it's
a little
actually
bit, right?
pretty like the first time I did it, I got in and I had a snorkel and I was kind of snorkeling and I got just a little bit away. I was trying to stay kind of in the opening because there's not a lot of room to move in the tank anyways. So I was trying to kind of stay a little bit like whatever. And I went up and my head hit the top and I was like, for 1 second I panicked.
Dude,
like,
I'm
my
dead.
gosh.
I'm died here.
Like I can't get out. I can't get out.
I can't die in Ohio.
At that point, that's when they should have had. Do you want to play a game?
Exactly.
Play it in the background.
They just seal that last 1.5 foot and
Turn
you're
the
done,
lights up. Do you want to play a game?
Oh my gosh, it's it was great though. I mean, swimming with those big fish is pretty cool, man. It's wild.
I want to swim with nurse sharks. That's what I want to go swim with.
Yeah, sharks are cool in particular. We, a buddy of mine, ABC Explorer, does all the
say the name, baby. It's
Andy Brandy Casagrande.
Thank you, appreciate it.
He does about I say like 80% of Shark Week is shot by him. So he lives his life in the water with sharks, and I just can't. I mean, listen, I think it's amazing, and I would love to do it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I'd love to go out with him sometime.
Yeah.
Because I think he would keep you really calm. Like I love sharks. I love sharks. Like I was obsessed with sharks probably the same as I was obsessed with snakes.
Right.
But I've never worked with sharks.
A little bit harder to work with sharks.
And I've been in the water with like nurse sharks and bamboo sharks and stuff like that. But no, not real like makos or bull sharks or great whites. I've never been in the water with any of those. So hopefully one day I'll get a chance to. I actually went to go get PADI certified. That's scuba certified specifically so I could swim with sharks. That was the only reason I did it. It was the only reason I did it. And but ironically enough, much like you just said, like my problem is I don't like the water that much. Nope. So my
first experience at the beach, I was like, that water splashed and it touched me on the lip. I accidentally licked it. I said, this is it. I'm not getting back in the water. That's it for me, baby. I'll sit on the beach. Nope. No more of this. No.
Yeah, I got a thing where if I can't touch the bottom with my feet, I get a little bit freaky. And
I will say them Floridians is something else because I was watching Florida people just putting water in their mouth and spitting it out. I was like, y'all a different breed.
You ain't kidding.
Come on, we're talking Florida.
That ain't the dirtiest thing to put in their mouth, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they've been putting a lot of things in their mouth.
It's pretty crazy. Marie says, hi, guys. Hope you're having an awesome day. Can't wait to listen later when I have some more time.
Well, thank you. I hope you can listen later when you have more time. It would be very nice of you.
Scott says, sup, man. I'll be there from 7 to 9. Can't wait to see, can't wait, man. See y'all soon.
Oh, cool. So you'll be here tonight.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Pet Vendor Crew. And it says hashtag Brian's Muscle.
Pet Vendor Crew. Trying to think.
Scott Daniet?
I'll see you tonight, and I'll know who you are tonight. We'll certainly be wrapped up in the podcast by then, and then I'll be chilling out 7 to 9 for sure. It's cool. There's a good crew upstairs today.
Good.
We had one girl actually. Her parents flew from California to Minnesota, and then I don't know why, but they flew from California to Minnesota, and then drove from Minnesota here. And they're here. They're upstairs now. I guess they were here last night too, but of course we were out of town, so we didn't see them. So I was so confused, by the way, because we were out of town yesterday.
Did you not think it was Friday?
I thought it was Friday. I was like completely
today, right?
I was completely.
So that's
confused.
what happened when we got home last night. I walked into the back parking lot. I saw cars, and I just thought like, oh, they must have a birthday party going on. And then today I realized I'm like, oh, it was Friday.
Yeah, that's everyone's partying on Friday night. Yeah, it's definitely got my days mixed up a little bit, but it's Saturday, so we'll hang out from 7 to 9. Scott, I'll be looking forward to seeing you, bro.
Nicholas says, where can I find anthill pythons? How many U.S. breeders are there? And sending love from Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids, my second home, baby.
That's it, baby.
I love it, man. Grand Rapids, I love the GR. So there are people that breed Antracia anthills, the smallest species of python in the world. Number one, R&B Reptiles is a friend of ours out in New Jersey. They breed anthills, and I'm sure some other people do. I don't know exactly who they are, but cool little python for sure. That would round out my Anteracia. The only Anteracia I don't have are the anthills. So so I'd like to one day get them for sure.
That's all I got right now, Bri.
No worries, man.
Let's see. More about me. I say my first reptile was a bearded dragon.
Okay. How long ago was that?
See, I'm 27 now. That might be hard to believe.
I know.
That's crazy. I would never think that.
Yeah.
But 27 now, so roughly, I want to say 10 to 11 years ago.
Okay.
And it was a little baby I bought at a pet store. Came home from school one day. When the room looked at it, it was like falling over.
Really?
It was just like wobbling. And I called the pet store back, asking them, yo, what's going on with it? They was like, maybe your temperature's not right. Checked the temperatures, everything was fine. So they said, if everything doesn't work out, and by tomorrow, bring it back.
Okay.
We'll swap it out for another one. So I pretty much had to hot wire the bearded dragon.
Okay.
And hot wiring of the bearded dragon, took a cold bottle of water.
Okay.
Poured a little bit on top of them. Now, I don't advise anybody to try this.
Right.
I got lucky doing this.
Okay.
So I took a small bottle of ice water, poured it on him to put him into like a dormant state.
Okay.
And I had a little space heater that was in the room also.
Okay.
So I would heat him back up.
Okay.
Put the ice water on him, heat him back up. Put the ice water on him, heat him back up. And then after doing that about like 5 times, he just jumped up and ran up my arm.
Really?
And then I had him for about 2 years after that.
Wow.
And wound up selling him.
Gosh, that's a bizarre story.
That is really crazy.
I've never had that.
He jump-started a fucking dragon.
I was waiting for the electricity.
Yeah. He's like, I took the car battery.
Yeah, I was waiting for I took the little Duracell and I
licked it, put it right on his neck.
Put it right on him and jumped on him. Well, that's awesome.
What a story,
cool. So what do you, what's the future? I mean, what do you want to do with reptiles?
In the future, I want to own a 10-acre land.
Okay.
And put different facilities on there for different reptiles. So
okay.
I have a facility.
You want to stay in Michigan or you want to?
Yeah, I want to stay in Michigan.
Okay.
My wife doesn't want to stay in Michigan because of the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. She's a Florida girl.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You got a Puerto Rican wife. It's
it gets hard.
Yeah, it's hard in Michigan with Puerto Rican wife. Yeah. So, my aunt's Puerto Rican, and I don't know how she's been here as long as she is.
Yeah, so that's my plan, is to have a 10-acre or more land, put different buildings on them for different reptiles. So I have a snake building, a crocodilian building. She can have a building for her amphibians, and then we also have one for the dogs. Because I do dogs also.
Okay, what kind of dogs?
American bullies.
Oh, American bullies. Yeah. Right, cool. Nice,
so
nice.
Little pocket micro monsters.
Yeah, they're little tanks.
Yeah,
they are tanks. I mean, it's funny if you've ever picked up an American bully, like you think it's like 30 pounds and it's like 100 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like how does 100 pounds fit into that
dark matter?
Yeah, it's like what is going on with that? That's cool. Now, do you want to be open to the public or do you want to do education?
I do want to be open to the public. To where people can come out, just like how you have it here for the Reptarium. You know, have people come out and take a look at different things and get an up close experience with all the animals. So.
Yeah, the education side is amazing. I mean, that's the thing that is really does push me as well. As a matter of fact, I was talking to one of our educators today, Aislinn, about it. Just how that's probably the thing that makes me get up in the morning these days. You know, like it used to be breeding reptiles. I still love breeding reptiles, but like now it's like. This is what gets me up in the morning, like, I mean, seeing the kids. Today was a great day. We had lots of great kids. And now because, we're seeing most people without masks, some people still are wearing masks, which is fine. That's, whatever they want to do. Right. But in this state now, it's, mandates have lifted. So it's great to see those kids' faces and just lighten up. And
I've done a couple of tours or educational shows. I was working with a brother of mine who has a traveling zoo here in Michigan. Okay. So I've been invited out to help him out with a couple of his shows. Okay. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Going out there and seeing the different faces, how they react to different things.
Right.
Especially when
what kind of stuff does he work with?
Owls, kangaroos.
Wow.
He has a lynx.
Okay.
More. He keeps reptiles, but he deals with a lot of more of the
exotics.
Yeah,
so that's good. Where's he at?
Right now he's in Belleville.
Yeah, that makes sense. So. Belleville, there's a lot of stuff in Belleville. I mean, it's like
next year he's planning. I'll be later this year or next year he's planning on getting a camel.
Oh, okay, cool. So, wow.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
It was interesting. My buddy Jeff Musel that used to do
educational shows?
No, he used to do Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, okay.
Before Fallon became the Tonight Show, when he was the Late Show.
Yeah.
Jeff did his show like 35 times or something like that. Like he was like the Jack Hanna for Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
And but what he did for a living was actually he was in Buffalo, New York, and he did educational shows.
Right.
And he was like that. He had camels and emus, and so it wasn't just like, hey, I'm bringing a Burmese python. It was like, I'm going to bring a sloth, or I'm going to bring this.
Spice of life, baby.
Yeah, it's cool. It makes it more difficult though. It's harder to transport a bunch of mammals.
How do you get the camel there, man? You got a big the horse trailer.
Horse stall and trailer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's just outrageous, bro.
Yeah. That's cool though. No, that's super cool. That's good. So it's in your blood.
Yeah.
So that's good.
God. But surprisingly, my mom and dad. Well, my mom is with the reptiles and animals. My dad not so much.
Really?
Yeah. Like my dad's cool that I have them, but he's like, just keep him over there.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild though? I mean,
Just keep 'em over
it's the same thing with me. My whole family didn't like reptiles.
Yeah.
I mean, still don't.
I grew up catching like birds and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, with the old crate and the milk crate,
Right, yeah, string, yeah.
Boop, gotcha.
Yeah.
I keep them for a couple of days and let them loose.
Right,
So
yeah.
I've got everything from sparrows, pigeons, blue jays, cardinals. Only thing I haven't caught yet was a hawk.
Okay.
So
You do a lot of reptile herping and stuff like that out, or
I haven't done any here. We've
Really?
done some when I was in Florida. We've done
Okay.
a little bit out there, and I have a guy that's in Florida now who invited me to come out and do some python hunting
yeah.
down there, and then out in California, I have somebody else that wants me to come out and catch some diamondbacks.
Okay, yeah,
So-
yeah. I mean, I mean, it's that Florida python thing is wild. I mean, it's and it's really become an industry now.
Yeah.
I mean, not only the hunters that are charging to go out and collect pythons with people like tourism, but also the meat trade, the skin trade. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that are happening with the python stuff down there. I mean, it's tragedy. Don't get me wrong. It's a tragedy for the animals too.
Yeah,
That's a tough thing for me. Is like, I don't really want to go because if I touch them, then I have to kill them. And
Well, fortunately for me, I wouldn't have to.
right, yeah.
Because he has a license. His permit allows him to keep them. So he doesn't have to kill them.
That's good.
Yeah,
He
that's
can
nice.
still, like,
I'd like to go out with someone like that, where I wouldn't, because I mean, I just, I get it, and I'm not against the people that are killing the pythons down there. I'm not against it because I get it. They're invasive, they're causing issues, and
you have to, right?
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do, but I don't personally want to be there when it happens.
The invasive species brings me on to another topic as far as cats, because cats do more damage to every environment and anything that I've known, and they're
no one cares.
Help spay
Yeah.
neuter
Well,
cats. But like one cat can have like 3 to 4 litters a year, and then like boop, 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 and just tear it out the whole white. So
Well, I've been
20.
down in South Florida where, I mean, we joked around doing a web series called Adventures of the Pussy Hunter for feral cats because literally we were out to dinner in South Florida, and literally it was on this beautiful restaurant that had all this marshland overlooking the Everglades, and there were more cats than anything. I mean, cats were everywhere. Yeah. They were just feral cats everywhere. And what are you looking up? How many birds do cats kill
each year? It's like astounding. They've like made so many species go extinct, all that stuff. It's like, and no one cares. 2.4 billion birds a year. 2.4 billion birds, and have made countless species. Yeah, no one. And I've said the same. Me and my girl talk about it all the time too. So I agree with you 100%.
That's why I kill every cat I see.
Yeah, every time I just swerve into.
Even when I go to a friend's house, they got a cat. I just
because it's a future problem, right?
Yeah, it's like oh, that was your pet? I didn't know.
My bad. It looked feral to me.
It looked like a feral cat to me. I love cats, but at the same time, I agree.
Dude.
But what you got to remember is that no one's giving the Florida Water Management District any money for feral cats.
Yes.
Right? But they are going to give them money for Burmese pythons, right?
Sensational.
Yeah,
right?
what's going to sell a news story? There are 500,000 cats in South Florida, or there's 100,000 Burmese pythons. What's going to sell the newspapers?
Firms.
Yeah, and that's what it's really about. Not to mention, it's not just the feral cats.
It's always in the society of everybody being scared of big snakes.
Yeah, and it's not just cats; it's pigs. It's obviously the pig issue is terrible down there. You've got obviously probably the largest problem is really the the plant life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not to mention the aquatic life, the fish life down there. I mean, you go in the canals down in South Florida, and all there are Oscars and lionfish right off the shore.
Convicts, cichlids, little guppies. That's what we used to do when I was down there. You go out there and scoop out a bunch of little guppies, take them back to the house and feed them all.
Those canals are wild, by the way. You know, Ryan from Underground Reptiles?
Yeah.
I went down there a couple years ago and just visited him, and he took me out in his golf cart, and we just would go drive around the canals, man, and you would see green basilisks, chameleons,
Spider-Man
iguanas, you see everything. I mean, you name it. There was like turtles, all kinds of different invasive turtles.
We were in an area where we only saw iguanas and one alligator. Well, two alligators.
Yeah. Iguanas you see a lot of if you go to the right area. But again, you'll see, areas with panther chameleons. You'll see areas with veil chameleons. You'll see.
It's unreal.
It's like the wild west. And of course, there's actually, I looked this up. There's something that's called like Monkey Island in Florida, I believe.
What?
I believe it's called Monkey Island in Florida. Yeah, Florida Keys. Yeah, Monkey Island. And I think that it's like macaques are like maybe, I don't know.
So it says 2 islands owned by Charles River and Key Lois and Raccoon Key.
Those are animal labs, though.
Oh, okay.
So there's an island somewhere. I thought it's in the Keys. It's down in South Florida, anyways. And there's actually an island that has. And
it says more than 1,000
rhesus monkeys. Yeah. Literally just running around,
chilling, and that's going to be
monkeys.
thousands soon.
My gosh, yeah. So this island, because a buddy of mine used to do canoe tours in South Florida. And he would canoe to this island, and he said, it's just full of rhesus monkeys, like wild rhesus monkeys, but they're completely invasive, so it's wild. Got any super?
Yeah, RC Exotic says, "Hey guys, it's been a while. I haven't had a chance to catch a podcast live. Hope your day is going well. And any tips on breeding carpet pythons, age and weights?"
So carpets are, you can breed a carpet at 18 months, but most of the time 2.5 years for females is probably better. It depends on the locality. You've got obviously the Atherton Tablelands will stay, 5 foot, so they're going to, breed at 4 foot, whereas a good, junk or a coastal is going to get 9 foot and can't really breed till about 6 foot, But I'd say 1.5 to 2.5 years old, depending on the species, anywhere from 4 to 6 foot on females, but it just depends on the species, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's what I got right now.
Cool. You guys keep hitting us with the super chats. You guys are quiet today.
I know. Where's our people?
Like, who's this blonde-headed kid sitting at this table?
No. It's good, man. I mean, listen, like I said, it's like I can chat and chat, but it's nice to get to know other people and other things, and stuff like that. So, done much traveling?
No.
Really? Okay.
I'm
From Florida.
Yeah, from Florida. Well, I was born and raised here.
Okay.
Down in Florida for about close to a year.
Where are you at in Florida?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach, okay.
Yeah, I moved back because I was, person in her family was having some issues, and we were just butting heads a little bit, and I wasn't trying to, take him out of the game there. It's just like,
listen, I love visiting Florida. We're going to be down there next month, but I don't think I could live there.
No,
Jay lived there.
I lived there for 9 months. I was like, I got to get the hell out of here.
I tell people all the time, man, if you don't have, multiple businesses set up, a YouTube channel, going, and you're well established, don't go down there. You know what I'm saying? Go down there, vacay, and do all, have fun. Yeah. Come back. Don't go down there to stay. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll be down there. We were just talking about it. Jay and I were talking about how it's a weird thing because we need to be down there. So Lori's birthday is on the 15th of July, and she loves Disney. And so this has been getting planned for the last couple of years, to be honest with you. Right. So like the whole family's going down for the 15th to Disney. They're doing 4 days at Disney. We're going to do Animal Kingdom and Epcot Center for 2 days, and then we're out. We're going to go do some animal stuff other than that. But it's a weird thing because we have to be in Oklahoma for a barbecue at the Growing Up Wilbanks, Mike Wilbanks' place. Okay. We got to be there at the 24th. So it's like this weird thing where we're like going to go to Florida on probably like the 13th, 14th, be there till the 15th, 16th. Then we figure we'll tool around and do some stuff with like, when I go visit Chandler and stuff like that, and probably Will Nace and Blake's Exotics and probably Tyler and visit all those guys as much as we possibly can. And then we were originally thinking about coming back to Michigan and then going to Oklahoma. But we sat down with the calendar. We're like, we won't get back to Michigan until probably like the 22nd or 23rd. We got to be in Oklahoma the 24th.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So we're probably going to just go right from Florida to Oklahoma. So which means that we're going to be gone for like 2 weeks. You know,
It'll be fun though. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, and you know, we've got eggs being laid, we've got babies hatching, we've got all this stuff. So we're gonna miss a lot of really cool stuff that's happening here for 2 weeks. But what can we do? You know, I mean, it's like, you know, I can't skip Lori's birthday because I'd be divorced, and you know, I want to go to this Mike Wilbanks barbecue because we've been talking about doing it for a while. So I guess we'll have to just deal with it, right?
We're just gonna have to brew through, bro. We'll make it. We're gonna have a blast time.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, it'll be good, you know, and it'll be cool to, you know, maybe getting away will be a little bit. The hardest part about getting away with daily vlogging, even though now we're taking Mondays off, is, you know, getting content every day.
Right.
You know, so like you can't just go and then be like, all right, well, I'm just going to chill out by the pool or something like that. You got to always be filming something, you know, and that's a little bit.
Hey guys, cool.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, people enjoy watching our stuff. I don't know they enjoy watching that much. You know, where it'd be like, hey guys, what we're doing today? We're gonna go play putt-putt golf.
Yeah, right.
You know, now a little piece of putt-putt golf might be not that bad. As a matter of fact, Dev, I just finally bought another like I need you saw my camera. Yeah. I need another.
I just finally bought another camera.
I need another camera, like I need a hole in my head, you know.
Up.
But I bought the original camera and we have one now, but I bought one for myself
specifically.
We use it specifically. We used to use I used to use a G7X Mark II. Now they're Mark III Canon camera. That's just a point and shoot type of real easy vlog camera. And that's how I vlogged for the first like year and a half of my vlogging was just on the G7Xs. I had like 2 of them. I'd use them for, you know, time lapses and back and forth. And so I literally just yesterday got a G7X.
You're gonna start bringing.
So I'm gonna just start walking around with it. So in the vlog you will kind of see a little bit more, maybe us putt golfing.
yeah, you never know. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, I did shoot a couple things at home today, though, Jay. By the way,
when you were going to the incubator?
Yeah, exactly. I did a little shot at the incubator.
So how many clutches do you have in the incubator now?
We have 97 clutches laid. Ball python clutches laid. 97 ball python clutches laid, and we have about 55 to 60 more to go. So we'll do about 155 to 160 clutches of ball pythons this year. So we're about 2/3 there, you know, something like that, just close 60% there, something like that. But yeah, a lot of those eggs are going to be, you know, hatching when we're gone.
That's
which
right.
just sucks, you know. I mean, you don't want to, you know, lose that, but what can you do?
Gotta pick one.
Yeah, I gotta pick one.
Sherry says the monkeys were actually left there from a movie.
Really?
Did not know that. That's crazy.
So I wonder if
there's a bunny island also.
A bunny island.
Yeah, there's a bunny island, and I believe there's a cat island too.
Oh Jesus!
You gotta stop doing this to these islands.
This is freaking Florida. What the hell are they doing down there?
Dude,
we should have
you already know what they're doing.
We should have an emu island at least,
gonna
right?
be the new Jurassic Park.
I straight up believe that, 100%.
No, it is.
Once birds start mating with crocodiles, we're done, dude.
Crocodiles. Yeah, you wonder if they redo, if they resurrect the woolly mammoth. Like, where does that live?
On an island in Florida. You already know the answer, dude.
Florida,
you didn't have to ask.
Yeah, it's a little warm down there, though. You know what I mean? It's a little warm for the woolies. But,
too much woolly.
Do you think that'll happen?
Them resurrecting the woolly mammoth?
Yeah, or dinosaurs.
It's possible.
It's possible.
They're bound to do anything.
I think they're getting close, right?
They're gonna do it.
I think they're getting close, aren't they?
Yeah, dude.
I think that the woolly mammoth, I think I heard they thought within 2 years they'd be able to get it done.
And that means that's the same. I mean, if you're already doing that, you can do a dinosaur. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
do you want to look that up? The woolly mammoth
saber,
resurrection
tiger.
or whatever. What would that even be?
They're out here cloning dogs and other animals. They can resurrect anything.
Yeah. Woolly mammoth. I wonder where we're at with that.
Probably like cloning, right? That's what I guess it would be because you're taking DNA from something else.
Yeah, probably clone.
Let's see.
2021. Will it ever be a reality?
Yeah, this is gonna be that's an opinion piece. You know what
Oh,
I'm
it's
saying?
an opinion piece. Yeah.
Says Harvard scientists are trying to. This is last updated in 2021. If you guys keep talking, I'll try to find like a good morsel in here.
Yeah, I wonder if there's. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm really tore. You know, I mean, I would like to see. I think woolly mammoth is relatively benign, but when we get into T-Rex or something like that, you know, like I would love it.
Velociraptor though. Like,
yeah, right.
Said, get me like a little group of velociraptors.
Could you imagine that?
Just be running around.
Could you imagine? Yeah, I think it would be. Gosh, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess art does imitate science and you wonder if the movies would we've seen the Jurassic Parks, right? Like what possibly could go wrong with
a lot.
A
lot could go wrong.
Yeah,
like I was just having a talk about aliens with someone, and it was like, do you think that we've already discovered aliens and they're just hiding in the base? Yeah. The government's not just going to be, hey guys, there's an alien. People's not going to know how to react to something like that. They're going to lose their minds. And,
right.
Oh no, I saw an alien last week and it was 12 feet tall. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Well, I'm a huge alien guy. Everyone knows that. That follows me. That I love aliens. I believe in them. But there are some things that make me question if there isn't disinformation, like the government, with like some kind of, they know what's going on, but they don't want to tell us. And maybe it's really just government craft, technology. I don't know. I
always say this. This is this is my theory. All of the life form can't just be here.
Oh no, there are definitely aliens in the world. I
think there's a big difference between believing in aliens and believing that aliens are here already.
Yeah, and I don't know. I want to believe they're here, and I think that there's some evidence to prove that it seems like they are here.
You ever been in the bottom of the ocean?
I haven't been to the bottom of the ocean.
Neither has anybody. That's the crazy part.
I'll be telling people I wish the scientists would stop. It's cool to want to know what's in other planets. And everything.
Let's see what's here.
Figure out what's here first.
Yeah, they literally say, isn't that the saying, right? That we know more about the moon than we do about the sea.
We know more about space than we do.
Yeah. Did you know that, speaking of space, did you know that, this is crazy, Elon Musk is insane, right? I mean, you got to love this dude. He's talking about, and I will never get on this plane, by the way, if it goes down. But, the Starship, he not only wants to use that for going to space, he wants that to be the next commercial plane.
Yeah, I did hear about this.
So you can get anywhere. You could go from New York to London, 30 minutes.
I'm fucking in, 30 bro.
Minutes. 30 minutes from L.A. to...
I know you ain't doing it, Brian, but I'm down.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going up in Florida, bro. I'm not going up to space. But what happened was that now the U.S. government, Space Force... has actually partnered with him because they're looking at it from a military standpoint, and they could fit the same cargo load as a C-150 plane in space, the Starship, right? So now they're saying they could get anything that a C-150 can get to in 30 minutes anywhere on the planet. Anywhere on the planet they can. So if there's a problem in Afghanistan, they want to send some tanks over or whatever. They're there in 30 minutes.
So it's just pretty much like the King Kong versus Godzilla, where they're flying through the earth.
That's incredible.
But that only Elon Musk would do this, right? Because you got Branson's like, oh, we're gonna take some space tours.
I know, and Elon's on another level.
Yeah, Elon's like, no, we don't care about flying around and doing a couple loops around the planet. We're gonna have you go from frickin' Singapore to frickin' Sydney in 35 minutes,
which is crazy.
Now, dude. I will say this: I would do
cross country,
LA to Sydney in 40 minutes.
Yeah, because you know what? I'll take the risk, because either way, there's a risk involved, right?
Yeah, I'm not worried about the risk.
No,
I'm just worried about the experience.
But you're gonna have in 30 minutes of shit, or you can have 20 hours of shit.
20 hours.
Yeah, I'm taking 30 minutes, dude. Any day.
I agree with you. I'm in. I'm okay. I'm in.
V-Dog says, would either of you ever cage dive with great whites? Some of the most breathtaking animals.
I would never cage dive with great whites because I want to do non-cage diving with great whites.
Free dive.
I want to free dive.
I would definitely do it. You can be shark food all you want, Brian. I'm gonna be in that cage first, and then like, oh, okay.
So the thing is that there's Australia is the only place that you can go where you can actually free dive with great whites.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so Guadalupe Island is a huge tourist spot for great white cage diving. You can stand on top of the cage, but you cannot free dive. You can get out and stand on top of the cage. You're not allowed to swim at all on Guadalupe Island for great whites. That's one of the best places on the planet. As a matter of fact, Andy does a tour twice a year to Guadalupe Island.
Yes, that's right.
And then South Africa, about, I think, 10, 12 years ago, banned non-cage diving. You have to cage dive now in South Africa. But, I know I'm asking you
no,
so much
dude,
stuff.
I don't.
Have the great white sharks came back to South Africa? Because remember they disappeared from South Africa? And they didn't know why, so great white sharks, have they returned to come back to South Africa? They literally like.
I didn't know that either because I thought that was like a hot spot.
It was absolutely the.
Yeah, no, that's the last thing is from 2020, and it says that Vanishing Act, where of South Africa's famous sharks gone.
So what's really interesting is that in South Africa, back in the 50s, they were killing them, right? And they killed them. I mean, like they were just massacring great white sharks, right? And then someone came up with the idea for ecotourism where you could cage dive with great white sharks. And literally then nobody would kill great white sharks because it was like $100 million a year ecotourism.
Right.
Off of Cape Town. And like a year and a half ago, sharks just disappeared. They just stopped coming. And they don't know why.
It's the ocean aliens.
They don't know if there's a chance that there were some orca. There were some orcas spotted, and orcas obviously kill great whites.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's some people think that maybe because orcas moved in, because of colder water in the area, because of salinity issues and stuff like that, that maybe the great whites decided to peace out.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
So, by the way, with the mammoth thing, there wasn't much in there about how far exactly they are. But the idea is that they would obviously, similar to what you would do for a velociraptor, you would splice the DNA with an Asian elephant, whatever the closest relative is.
Yeah, and then that seems like an easy stretch, right?
I don't think it would be hard at all. I mean, we already know how to do eugenics. We've done it with humans. We've done it with
not to mention, we have like carcasses of that are almost fully preserved.
Yeah.
Whereas like dinosaurs, we're really looking at fossils
Which
that really
is a rock.
is a rock. We don't have actual
bone
flesh.
marrow or something.
Flesh or bone or anything like that.
So that's interesting. I mean, I think it'll happen. I'm surprised it hasn't because we've cloned a sheep before. We've cloned a bunch of different animals, so it's weird that it hasn't happened, to be honest with you.
And by me being in a dog world, there is a dog who the first pet dog that's been cloned.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Could cost them $100,000 to do it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, there's some crazy like Southeast Asian country that's cloning freaking. You don't know what they're cloning down there, man.
Pangolins, dude.
Yeah, they got it all going down there. I don't know what they're doing, man.
No one does. I don't even think they do, bro. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Things popping up all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, it's a possibility, man. Anything's possible.
Little Bogus says, I'd totally watch you guys play putt-putt golf. And it says an inside look.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you're talking about myself, Lori, and Noah, Lori's going to lose. Okay, because she's not very good at putt-putt. I hate to say this.
Does she get mad, though, when she loses?
She doesn't get mad, but she'll sometimes smack the ball or across the parking lot.
That's called mad, but that's fine.
Yeah, sometimes she'll throw it. No, she does. To be totally honest with you, she does it out of like laughter.
No, I get you.
She's like, this is so stupid. Whack the ball. She doesn't get mad. She does sometimes get mad at golf, though.
No way, really?
So sometimes we go out golf. I golfed one time last year. And then the year before,
dude, let's go. I've never golfed before.
Really?
I'd love to do it.
Oh,
yeah.
we gotta go golfing, dude.
Let's do it, baby. Let's go to Stony Creek, bro.
Yeah,
we can go right now.
Yeah, I am a terrible golfer, but the thing is that, so I'm a pretty competitive person by nature. So like if I'm playing hockey and I'm losing, I'm pissed, right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm playing any sport and I'm losing, I'm pissed. But I learned with golf, I'm going to suck, and
you just accept it.
And now I don't care.
That's how I am with bowling.
Yeah, well,
just suck at bowling.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty good at bowling, so I get mad if I lose at bowling.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, it's good, whatever.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of sports.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, but with golf, I'm good. But I mean, I literally don't go out. The reason I started golfing, I actually was, I don't want to say good. I was bad, but not terrible. Is I messed my knee up like 20 years ago, and so for one summer, I'm a hockey guy. I played hockey. My
Happy
whole life,
Gilmore did,
and I couldn't play hockey because my knee. For one summer, my knee's fine now, and so that summer I played golf.
Okay,
and I actually got pretty good. I was going out like 4 or 5 times a week. Just because I was like, because I used to play hockey like 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like every day I play hockey.
Like, are you playing on ice or are you just playing on?
I do both. I do both. Yeah. I'll play outside. I'll play ice. I'll play on roller indoor. I don't care. I'll play anywhere.
Just want to play hockey.
As a matter of fact, we've been talking about we're going to
get some skates.
I'm going to buy everyone in the crew that wants skates, and we're gonna play out in the back parking lot.
Dude.
And it'll be fun. It'll be good stuff. Noah's very competitive as well. So Noah gets mad at putt-putt golf. If he's
I
not
could
winning.
see Noah get
he gets
so upset.
He's salty as hell if he isn't winning on putt-putt golf. I don't get salty, but I usually win.
Ooh, I don't get salty, but I'm gonna win though.
I mean, there's very few times I don't win.
Bag.
Yeah, there's few times I don't win putt-putt golf, but . Well, I do the low hand down.
You're smart. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got
Almost,
that nice pivot.
Yeah, dude. That Adam Sandler, bro.
Yeah, I got the Adam Sandler.
Whitney says the new building will happen. Be patient and keep it up.
Thank you.
Don't tell me what to do.
Listen, I think there's a couple hurdles. So, we've talked about the new building. You kind of know what's going on with it. There's a couple hurdles that could derail the entire thing. But I don't think they will. I think that these hurdles will happen. I'm not that worried about those hurdles that could completely derail it.
Right.
Then it's just a matter of tenacity, money, and sanity.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think that it will happen if all I have to worry about is money, sanity, and tenacity. Okay. I'm very tenacious. I will come up with the money one way or another, and hopefully my sanity will hold.
We'll get you through it.
Yeah. But so no, I agree with you. Thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me. And listen, I one of the problems with me is that I built this place in my head 10 times
so
already.
Many times, dude.
I mean, it's 100%. I can smell what it smells like. But there are often times, there's like, I was thinking about this last night at 1 a.m. Just sometimes I'll wake up and just be like, thinking like, how much salt goes into a 29 by 23 foot by 6
It's a lot of salt, bro.
It's a lot of salt. You know what I mean? And like, where do you get that salt? Like,
that's a really good question, and I have no idea.
Yeah, like I don't know. Is there a bulk marine salt place, or do you have to buy 5 pounds at a time? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And how do you mix it? I mean, do you
just mix it with a big?
Do you like have a hose going and mix it at the same time, or do you have to?
Yeah, it's just, you have to have a ROD, I believe that's what it's called, or something like that, where it tells you how, what mixture you need in order for you to have it. So, like I said, I have a friend that's getting into doing saltwater tanks. Like he's setting up saltwater tanks. He does freshwater now. He's doing pretty good at it. So once he gets into saltwater, I'll be right behind him.
Yeah.
I need my 4,000 gallon tank for a nurse.
There you go. 4,000. Yeah, well, like I said, Ohio Fish Rescue had a 4,300 gallon. They have the 100. What is that one? What's
the big
pool?
Big one?
The pool.
I thought it was 25 something, but I could be
wrong.
Dang
it, man! What was it? 18,000 gallons?
That might be right.
I think it's 18,000 gallons. If I'm not mistaken, a lot. 18,000 gallons. Which I think that if they're 18,000, I think our Ray will probably be maybe 10,000 gallons, something like that. Maybe 12,000 gallons.
Right. That's
somewhere in that range, 10, 12,000 gallons. But again, we start talking about salinity. That's a lot of salt. It's a lot of
dude. It is because have you ever mixed? Have you ever mixed? I'm sure you have mixed salt water together for if you have tonsils somewhere in your throat.
Yeah.
Straight up, I mean, it takes forever too to mix the salt well. Like, how do you do that? It'd take forever, bro.
Well, I've talked about there's this all these steps, right? There's like the construction,
right?
That's going to be exciting, right? To see all this extra square footage, walking on
the breakdown of each thing.
It's going to be amazing. Right. And then it's going to be like when tanks start coming in. You know what I mean? Like, wow, they start coming in, they're just glass tanks, or acrylic tanks. It's going to look so good. Then it's going to be water in them. Yeah. It's going to be amazing, right? You put the water in, like, oh my God, there's water in it. But then you got to wait. You know what I mean? Every one of these things, you got to wait.
Yes,
you got to wait.
do.
You got to wait.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that the bacteria, it's cycled and before you put fish in. And then you got to wait for the fish to come. And then you put the fish, see what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to drive me insane.
Yeah, dude, because he wants it all done tomorrow, bro.
But damn well I'm going swimming day one. Without even raising there. I'm just swimming.
Oh, we all are. We're all in there with you, baby.
Brian, why you got your swim trunks on, bud?
Oh, I'm going to be like,
Thanks here.
I'm going to be like shriveled up all the time. I'm going to be like
salty.
I'm going to do like the salinity, like the Dead Sea, where I'll just float in there, man. I don't even have to freaking swim.
Dude,
float in that bitch,
but Brian,
man.
Are you still going to put the stingrays in there? No.
No, man, this is a float tank, man. I'm just going to do the world's largest sensory deprivation tank. Is what I'm going to do.
Turn the lights off, Lore.
Turn the lights off. The damn windows. Who put all these windows in this place?
What idiot would do this?
I can't see. I can't do anything.
Oh, shit. Mike says, how can I rebuild the relationship with my ball python? She started to defend and hiss when touched. She used to be a sweetheart.
What do you think, Dev?
First, how old is this ball python, and what has changed between the time that she's went from nice to now, quote unquote, aggressive or defensive?
Yeah.
Some snakes, it might just be like a temperature. I mean, A temperature thing, or it could just be something that's going on in the air. Because, just like with ball pythons, they just go off of feed for months at end. And people be like, oh my God, my snake hasn't eaten in 3 weeks. And I'm like,
dude, it could go.
What type of snake do you have? Like, I got a ball python. Well, that's just something that happens. So.
Yeah, they go through periods where they can get a little hissy, they can get a little defensive. But what you got to remember with all animals, just like your cobra or your monitor lizard, like if it hisses and then you don't pick it up. If it hisses, you don't let it. Now you've built a stimulus response.
Yep.
Now all I have to do is hiss to get them to not touch
Back
me.
Away.
And so the snake starts learning. Like all I have to do to get them to stop handling me if they don't want to be handled is just hiss.
Yep.
So what you have to do is always, and that's something I talk about with crocodilians.
Right.
Like you have to always be like, I'll take Salt out and she'll be a little bit like whatever, and people are like, oh no, we don't have to hold her. I'm like, no, we have to hold her. Because if I don't let you hold her, then she knows all she has to do is get a little hissy with me, and she's not going to get help.
Yeah, it's like when I'm training my alligators. When I got them on I got them to where they come to me when I need them to feed, and then I got them to the point where they'll back off when I don't want to feed them. So nice. I'll give the call to they come over to me to feed, and then I would say out or back, and then they would just instantly just back up.
Yeah,
and I can go in right after feeding and just rub them.
Yeah,
and they won't do anything.
Crocodilians are amazing. I mean, it's crazy how easy they are trained.
Yeah. And when I got because I have one that's 4 feet and then the other one is 6 feet, and I got them both already at that size. And the 6 foot one, when I got him, he wasn't nearly as tame as he is now. And to the point where I can actually get in and swim around with him.
That's crazy.
And when I got him, he would just the small touch or him seeing me, he would turn around, mouth open, hissing at me, trying to tail whip. Now he's just like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And I go in there and rub him. Like, come here.
Awesome.
I call him Drax. I'm like, Drax, come here. And he'd come over to me, and I rub him on his head, rub him all over and around his mouth. He wasn't doing anything. Then he'd just back off and do his own thing.
Speaking of which, I think today is World Croc Day.
No way, really? Well, happy World Croc Day, fellas.
I see if I'm completely off base.
Yeah, let's see, right?
I think today is World Crocodile Day. And who's great at crocodiles that has said he'll come on the podcast sometime if we want to get him up here is Chris Gillette.
Oh, that would be sick.
It's really good. He's amazing. So, when is World Croc Day? What day is it? Darn it!
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, just you can. I think that there was a thing that said what day is. If you go back.
Yeah. I got you, bro.
Yeah, if you go back and then just go to the drop down. No, the drop down right there.
Right here.
Like just go up to where you searched.
Yeah.
And just hit that, and then it goes to 2021 right there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
So yeah, June 17th.
Is that today?
Oh, that was 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Hey, who's counting?
I mean. It's almost Croc Day, but
well, happy belated, fellas. That's all that matters.
Happy belated, yeah.
Speaking of Taco, if Lori ever gives you the permission, to have a venomous snake area, like I wouldn't mind having Taco here for a little while.
Oh my gosh,
like, have a king cobra.
Oh my gosh,
even though you might not get her to hood up because Taco
doesn't hood that much
because she care about it. She's like, what is it? It's like she only hood up. It's
one of those things where like it's great to see a king cobra hood, but at the same time, it's probably not good for them if they're in a situation like this where they're going to hood all the time because they're defensive. They're just stressed. That's like Lilith with Kevin's. I mean that thing is so I'm not stressed, but it's just so key,
high strung.
It's just like you walk in the room and it's a bang, and it's just up in the air, and although they do a great job with Lilith out there,
but if you had it in a spot where hundreds of people were walking by,
it would probably be too stressed out. You need a calm one, like the Detroit Zoo. I used to go to that zoo all the time. I never saw that thing hood one time. Now they did have a king cobra off in the back that hooded up all the time, and they never put it on display. I don't know what happened to that, but because I know the curator a little bit out there for reptiles. And so I used to go behind the scenes, and they just had it in like a Neodesha cage. But literally, this thing would bash its head off the Neodesha as soon as you walk by.
That's probably why they took it off of display.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People coming past and this.
Yeah, people. They're like, kids are like, come on.
Constantly. Even with Taco, like you can do that with Taco's cage. You'll just be sitting there just looking at you like.
Just look like no big deal. And that's almost what you want to do. Also, Reptilia had a really nice king that was the same way, like just totally.
Is that place in Canada or something?
In Canada.
I've never been there. Yeah, that's a good one.
I wonder how they're doing because Canada is totally shut down
still.
And I wonder, ironically enough, the original Reptilia, which really inspired me a tremendous amount. I mean, this place is ridiculous. Can you punch up
you
Reptilia,
got it, baby.
Reptilia Canada? You'll see the pictures of this place. Ridiculous. I mean, like it's like the Reptarium on steroids. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Just go to images. I'm assuming. So this is this next Reptilia is actually no, that's definitely not it. Yeah, you can go where that kid is where the water right to your upper right.
Up right here. Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Like these gives you an idea, like that's their alligator enclosures, you know? And I mean, they just have down here to the right too, or I'm sorry, to the left, all the way to the left, right there, that's Reptilia.
Wow, yeah,
so
real pretty.
It's a beautiful place.
Almost more like museum-esque.
It really is. And they don't take animals out, you know, like they'll have like one educational animal out or something like that. It's not like a reptarium. Again, look at there. They have a Nile crocodile where they have two like 14-foot Nile crocodiles. That's actually one of them right there. The Nile crocodile right there. Right there. Yeah, that you just no, the one right to your left.
Right here.
That's the Nile crocodile right there. And I mean, these are giant Nile crocodiles, and this is an indoor place in Toronto that is just dope as hell. Now, this is the second. I have never been to this one.
Oh, this is a different facility.
They opened up a second Reptilia, and unfortunately, they opened it up like maybe 6 months before COVID, and you know, Ontario is shut down.
I mean, bad.
I mean, yeah,
still,
like so. I can't imagine that they're open, which is really a bummer because they're great people and they're really inspirational. They inspired me a lot, you know, by going there. Yeah. And like I said, I hadn't been to their second location, which I think was only like 45 minutes away from their first location, which I found weird too, right? You know, you wouldn't think that I'd want to open up a Reptarium
45 minutes away.
Yeah, in Livonia. You know, if I opened up in Livonia, I might be a little bit too close to one. Maybe if I moved in Chicago, maybe, you know, but
you never know. Some people would be like, well, I don't feel like making that drive. You know,
yeah.
Taking an extra drive going out there, so just go to one a little closer.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I hope that those guys weather it because I think maybe the government might be helping. I think the Canadian government's much more helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, although you know, American government helped a lot of businesses as well, but I hope they make it through because I can't imagine being 50. I think that I heard Ontario has been the longest lockdown in anyone in the whole world right now. Wow. They've been 15 months locked down
and like so strict. I remember seeing this this crazy video. It was about a couple weeks ago, and it was like you had somebody like in a hotel or I guess maybe in their house in Ontario. Mm-hmm. Taking video. It was Memorial Day. And they were taking video of like the American side and it's bumping. Everyone's out hanging out. And then the whole side by them is like how, remember the first week when it shut down here and it was ghost town?
Ghost town, yeah.
I couldn't do it, man.
It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm ready for life to be as normal as it possibly can be. But I feel bad for my Canadian friends. I've got lots of friends in Canada. And speaking of which, you know, the NARBC was today. Yeah. You didn't want to go?
It wasn't that I didn't want to go. It's just I'd be having a lot of stuff to be doing.
Yeah, so, gotcha.
Like a friend of mine who has some Ancelaris, some blue Ancelaris coming in this Tuesday was hoping to come today. He was like, man, I will come with you, but I gotta be in. You know, I gotta go to the show. I understand.
That's awesome though, man. Blue and we talk about them all the time. They're just such an amazing animal. You know, it's. I
want to get a pair of those, some Mangshan Vipers.
Yeah.
Temple Vipers.
Temples are beautiful. Yeah.
And one inland taipan.
Inland. Okay. Yeah. Inlands aren't bad. You know, they're the right ones to get. You don't want to get the coastals. You know, don't get a coastal if you know. I mean, those are the. Of course, inlands are more deadly, but they really don't bite hardly ever. The coastals are the ones that are like insane.
Pistols.
I want to try to find me a pair of black-headed bushmasters.
Oh, the blackheads are great. They're huge. They're giants. You know, speaking of Mangshangs, I was talking to Tom Crutchfield the other day, and his are breeding right now for the first time. He's had lockups. So
so they go for about like $30,000 to $4,000 a baby.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Oh gosh, could you imagine that? Yeah. So. But he's done a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, he's got that croc monitor egg. I think
it's crazy.
Oh no, he hatched it. Yeah, he hatched the one crocodile. Yeah. I think that was the first captive bred crocodile monitor in the U.S.
Yeah.
Now you have black dragons out in California that they are toothless reptiles. I think
toothless. Yeah, and they have a clutch.
I think they have 13 eggs or something like that already. So they're doing better, but they're still just cooking. Whereas Tom hatched the one, which is a pretty major feat.
I was watching a video. I can't remember who video it was, and they were talking about like how many people are in the United States trying to breed croc monitors and have all these crazy setups for them. But over in Indonesia, just put them out.
Oh yeah, just in the yard, and they're just like collecting eggs.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So
there's a guy named Bimby on Instagram that's a guy that is in Indonesia, and I'm telling you what, this guy not only breeds crocs, but croc monitors, but he's had leucistics. And as a matter of fact, I was pissed off at him. You know, this guy, like for like a year, I was asking him to buy his leucistic monitor.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he just like I probably like once a month go, hey dude, do you want to sell that leucistic?
Yeah, just to keep it on him.
Because it was like super tame too. He had pictures of him like climbing on his head, you know, just like stuff. And then like about a month ago, I had been a couple months, and a month ago I messaged him, and he's like, oh, I already sold it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've been bugging the shit out you, bro.
Because he kept on saying like, yeah, if I sell it, I'll let you know. But then he said, oh, but I have a friend that has one too. And he sent me a picture. And sure enough, leucistic, beautiful. I'm like, get him to sell it to me. And he's like, he doesn't want to sell it. I'm like,
don't show me, bro.
Here we go again.
So,
We're
teasing me, brother. You're teasing me.
But he has some cool stuff, man. He always gets like, he'd be the guy to get tokays from and everything, because wherever he's from, I don't know if he's in like Sulawesi or he's in like a more remote area, not like Jakarta and stuff. Okay. So he's like the guy that gets everything. Like everything that's cool goes to him, you know. And,
that's awesome.
And but he doesn't really want to sell anything, you know.
That's like with Panji. Like I texted Panji. Yeah. Panji's over in Indonesia.
Yeah. He's got one of the farms there. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a king cobra named, I don't know if he still has it, but Garaga.
Okay.
Which was a black king cobra with gold bands on it.
Oh my gosh.
You want to sell Garaga? I still haven't gotten a response back.
Just nothing. Yeah.
Fortunately, I found someone here in the United States, here in Michigan, that has a Sumatran Indo.
That's wild, man. That's crazy.
So now I just gotta wait for him to get up to size to
breed. To breed him to taco. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that farm. I think doesn't Michael Cole, I think, owns part of that farm that Panji works at. Yeah. I think he's actually the investor in that. So originally there was a guy named Peter Hawk.
Okay.
Peter Hawk, I think was his name, from the UK. No, I'm sorry. Peter Hawk is from Germany. Peter Folsom actually owned the farm, and I think he sold his part to Michael Cole. And I think there might even be a couple other investors in that whole thing, but Panji's been involved in that for 20-something years. There's only really 3 major farms in Indonesia, and that's one of them. Bushmaster owns a farm there with Cameron to Pendleton, and then some other. And they're all owned by like foreigners, but ran by locals. Right. Yeah, so we tried to go when we were there, and they would, no way, you could not go to the farm. I mean, it was like, and even Cameron and Michael are friends of ours, and they were like, no, you're not going. You know, you can't go.
That sucks.
It's like, you're right there. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me go.
Yeah,
we saw a lot of stuff. Yeah, we saw a lot of cool stuff in the wild, and we saw a lot of cool stuff in like zoos and stuff like that, but just could not. And that was Forrest was with me, and Forrest has a lot of connections
in that world.
And no way, they were like, no way. No chance you're going to the farm. So it was kind of a bummer.
Jeremy says, best first snake, corn, ball, hog, bull, or Bolins. Definitely not that one, dude.
Well, let's strike the bull and the Bolins right off the list, right off the bat. Bull snakes can be a little bit cantankerous, and corn snakes are probably corns are balls. So corn. I always say corn snakes, ball pythons, because ball pythons can be a little bit more tricky when it comes to feeding.
Yep.
But they're real chill. Corn snakes can be very chill, but are a little wiggly as babies. So it really just depends on where you want to go with things. But definitely corn snakes, ball pythons, I think are the best. Hognose can be good too, but sometimes they can be a little. I would say ball python, hognose are the ball python in colubrid world, right? They can be tricky feeders. They're kind of quirky. They can go off of food. They can be weird, but they're also really cool animals. But definitely not a Bolin's python for your first pet.
Please. Or maybe not even your 20th, because that's a hard one.
No.
Cold-Blooded Monstar says, awesome interview. Question for the guest. How's your Asian water monitor doing, and when can I get my green Pac-Man frog? LOL.
Oh, man. A green Pac-Man frog? I know exactly who this is.
Yeah, I think you do.
Tomorrow, I will be letting you know when the Pac-Man frogs, hopefully they come in on Friday. But the Asian water monitor is doing just fine, bro. The guy who made the comment, I actually got the water monitor from him.
Oh, sweet.
So,
nice.
Because we was talking about it, and he came to the store, and I was like, yeah, man, I was just on Brian's YouTube video. He was like, you talked to Brian? I was like, yeah, man, we did a whole YouTube video. He was like, bro, I'm picking up 2 black-throated monitors. I don't want my Asian water monitor anymore. I don't spend much time with it. Right. So would you mind taking on for me? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
So he came in and brought it to me the same day, and I was
Nice.
like, awesome.
That's
so he
awesome.
started off as this little bitty thing. Now he's up to about here, and he
Yeah.
comes out and gets on me. So
They're such
But
cool animals. I think the Asian waters are, even though I love croc monitors and I love the intelligence of a croc monitor is amazing, still Asian water monitors are like so amazing.
now, for me, the Asian water monitors are amazing. I like the look of a Nile monitor more than anything, just because when you look at a Nile monitor, especially when it's standing up right in front of you, it looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Like,
it does,
looks like a little velociraptor. And I was watching Clint's Reptiles video not too long ago, and he was saying that in the movies, the velociraptors wasn't as big as they were in reality.
Okay.
Like, velociraptors are actually a smaller dinosaur around the same size as Nile monitors.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
For me to come
so they
home,
are like the actual velociraptor.
So for me to come home and look at this little this 4-foot Nile monitor inside of the cage, you're like, that's a dinosaur.
I
bro.
got it.
That's
Yeah.
a dinosaur, man.
Got that
Like,
Land
I can't
Before Time
believe it.
vibes, dude.
Yeah. So and then watching it eat, like I said, he come over to me, eating straight out of your hand, and goes about his business. Like, okay.
It's great. Yeah, there was this guy named Brian that was, I can't remember his last name, but he was out in L.A. and he had, he like, that was his claim to fame, is he could tame any Nile monitor. And he had some tame Nile monitors. And I remember first couple times I went out there, he ended up with one of the super tame croc monitors as well.
Okay.
But that Megan, that was like Megan Conda or whatever.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about.
She actually raised the croc monitor and then gave it to Brian, which, I mean, now I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. But this croc monitor, you could like hold like a baby.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I've seen the pictures of that.
Now, I've seen a lot of people because croc monitors are being imported a lot now. So I've been seeing a lot of people get them, and I have a few friends that has gotten some that are around like 5 feet long.
Yeah.
And within a matter of weeks are already in there rubbing on the bottom of them. Been up like, wow. So it's like,
some can be. I mean, like obviously ours is still a monster, but it's getting better. I mean,
that's true.
Like Bruce is at a point where now he can pick it up and rub under his chin, but every now and then it gets like kind of like skittish,
really.
you know. But it's not biting anymore. It's not trying to bite anymore.
Good. It's just trying to move a little bit.
It's just kind of moving. But you know, the problem with that is, of course, is that the penalty is so severe.
Right.
You get bit, it's in trouble. You're not getting.
I know.
I
get bit when I'm at home, and I'm in some trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So it's like you're pushing that boundary as close as you can without like really putting yourself in danger. Yeah, so. It's a tough one.
Tiffany says, so whoever makes the name plaques is definitely hired. My name was spelled correct, and that never happens. What is one thing you would own, real or fake?
Well, thank you, Tiffany. Yes, and I hope that you enjoyed the your cameo in our vlog.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, but we love it. And she's going to be here, I think, in 2 weeks.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 weeks. What would you own, real or fake?
Snow leopard.
Snow leopard.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I love snow leopards.
For some reason,
they're beautiful.
I just absolutely love snow leopards. I don't know why. I'm not even a big cat fan, but snow leopards take my breath away. It don't matter if I see them on a video or see them in person.
My screensaver is a snow leopard.
They are absolutely beautiful. I get me a snow leopard. I'm naming them Tai Long.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. Yeah, no. So I've had the pleasure of working with snow leopards a number of times, and I actually personally am more of a clouded leopard guy, but I love cloudeds and snows are my two favorite cats.
Leopard snob, you know.
Yeah.
Total leopard snob.
The cloudeds are you punch a clouded leopard though. You know what I mean?
Baby.
It's like the cutest freaking thing in the world. I mean, I love snow leopards too. Don't worry. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that, but look.
You ever seen a baby snow leopard? They're so adorable.
They are.
Man.
I'm telling you, I played with them.
So
but just look at that pattern, though. You know, what I mean? Like,
it's wild.
Look at that. That is just the most majestic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And like I said, I've had the pleasure. You know, snow leopards are
Come
great
on,
too.
people in the comments, you weigh in. Who's better,
Yeah, who's
clouded
better,
or snow?
cloudeds or snows, man?
That's a hard one, though.
Well,
Yeah.
if you ever seen Kung Fu Panda, you already know the answer. Snow leopards.
Yeah, this is the ghost of all leopards, right? I mean,
that's it.
Like, yeah, they I mean, gosh, until I can't maybe 10 years ago they were never photographed.
Yep.
I think it was. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I mean, except in captivity, of course. You know, in the wild, in the Himalayas.
Most animals, you know, it's more in captivity than out in the wild. So.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Downside, especially leopards and big cats these days. You know, it's true. But I don't know what I would have. Mine would definitely be like if it was fake. If I could have anything that's fake, it'd be a dinosaur of some sort. I'd want a dinosaur. I'd want, I mean, obviously, I'd love to have a freaking
Titanoboa.
Titanoboa or some crazy, giant one. But I mean, something even like those little tiny ones that you saw in the original Jurassic Park. Just running around.
One guy.
Yeah. I mean, just something like that. That would be dope. I guess I do have those, right?
Yeah. But I agree with you. I'm probably in the same boat. Little dino, mini dino.
Yeah, like I love frilly, so maybe a Dilophosaurus, something like that. That would be pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so much, right?
Ride a T-Rex. I mean, not a T-Rex. Ride a Triceratops to work.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine that? I mean, that's just
that would be wildin'.
I mean, I guess that's the thing. If I could ever time travel, I'd want to try and travel. There was
a TV show a few years ago that's what it was based on. They would go back in time. They would get in a truck and they would go back in time and then try to bring back dinosaurs from different time periods to have like their little zoo of dinosaurs from different areas. I was like, yeah, no.
I would totally, like I said, if I could time travel, I would definitely go back to the Paleo, Jurassic. I mean, all
grab a couple of eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like again, that was another
one of the best egg cuttings, dude. It'd be sick.
Was it Jurassic Park 3 that the guy stole the eggs? I think it was Jurassic Park 3. I love that series, and I love the fact that there's going to be a new Lost World coming. I don't think it comes out this year, though. I think it's next year, maybe. Yeah, I think it's next year.
That'd be cool.
But I love that whole series. The only series that I think got a little bit, the only one that got a little off was with the one with Jeff Goldblum, was like the main character. Got a little bit off track there.
But Jeff's a crazy dude, bro. That's why.
Yeah. I love that dude, man. I'd love to hang out with him. And it's so funny. Did I ever tell you the story, Jay?
What's that?
Like someone I know knows Jeff Goldblum.
No way, really?
But I can't remember who it is.
Oh no.
So what happened was, like, at some point in the last, say, 5 years, I was out to dinner with someone and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I know Jeff." And they pulled a picture up of them. It was actually a video of him and Jeff playing piano together.
Oh, wow. No way.
But I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember who it is.
Well, you have to nail it down to people that play piano.
Hey, you gotta go
I don't know people that are,
just go through your contacts and like, you play piano? You play piano?
Yeah. Mass thing. Anyone that plays piano, I could just go through my contacts and say, "Do you know Jeff Goldblum?"
Yeah. No, but we don't want to be that easy, bro.
I ran into David Ramsey.
Oh, nice.
3 years ago.
Oh, that's dope.
He's local. He's actually from Michigan.
Really? I didn't even know that he was from Michigan. That's
David
crazy.
Ramsey, he's from Michigan.
That's awesome.
Detroit. He went to Mumford High School.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, right? Yeah, Detroit, man. There's a lot of famous people that
is true.
Through this place, man.
Michigan in general too.
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to. That seems like a guy that you'd like to hang out with. You know what I mean?
He's a kook, bro.
He's crazy.
He's crazy. And I do agree that was a weird Jurassic Park thing. Like when he's too out there. He's like too avant-garde.
He was great when he was the chaos theory
right.
Guy. That he was great.
But it's like him and his what was it, like his daughter and
his daughter and
it was
weird
like
because
so
they didn't
weird.
explain like where his daughter came from. Like she just showed up, and it was like it was like
the whole thing was bad.
It just felt very, very like forced.
Yeah, it seemed like Jeff Goldblum paid. He was like, "Please, we got to make another one." And he's like, "But I need to be
I want to be the star."
Yeah. This time, but
take it.
But I'm glad they rebooted it, into the Lost World because they did a good job with that. Chris Pratt does great. So
now,
he
you
did.
Plan on going to Iguanaland when it's?
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna actually. Well, we're gonna go in July.
Okay.
And I'll definitely go when it's open. I was just literally talking with Ty a couple days ago, and as a matter of fact, I can't say much about it, but we're working on a cool little thing that you'll hear about in about a week or so with Ty and Tom Crutchfield, by the way.
Okay.
But so Ty's place looks amazing. It's crazy, so I can't wait to.
I've seen just a couple like pictures and videos that we posting up. We should get you a Parenti.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Parenti is actually on loan from a zoo to him. Mm-hmm. I think it's the Sarasota Zoo that loaned him that one. So it's not even his. He just has one. And that's the one thing that Ty has done a great job with. He's networked very well to where like a lot of zoos have been donating animals to him, for free, and just some are like loaning, which the loan when a zoo loans you an animal, it's usually forever. What I mean? Like I'm going to loan this to you. It's ours, but you're going to have it forever. We're never bringing it back. so that's how a lot of those things go. But Ty's done a great job of networking himself, and Ty's just a great guy. I mean, I've known him for 30 years. He's just a wonderful person. I love everything about him, and hands down, it will be the most insane reptile zoo on the planet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, biggest, most expensive zoo on the planet for reptiles. Yeah, it is. It's like the Jurassic Park.
And it's in Florida. We called it. You heard it here, yo.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. It's the quantity of animals is stunning.
Yeah,
stunning,
and
stunning.
The enclosures that he has for him.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, no, it's just he spared no expense. Yeah, Jurassic Park. Little thing. Yeah. It's got spare no expense.
That's it.
But yeah, I don't even want to know. I do want to know. I think I might when I ask him. I might ask him how much he spent on it. What do you think, Jay? You got any kind of guess?
Okay, how long has he been working on it for, roughly?
A year and a half, I'd say, something like that.
Damn, man, I don't know. I haven't seen much of it, but let's say, what do you think?
3.5.
I was gonna say 10.
Yeah, I think 3.5 might be an
think so?
accurate. I think between 3 and 5 million.
Yeah.
I think, and that's you got to remember he had most of the animals, and he's gotten donated some animals.
Okay,
so
okay.
I'm talking 3.5 to 5 just in facility.
Right.
You know, like I mean, gosh, just in pavers, the guy spent $1 million. I mean, there's like 8,000 feet of pavers for God's sake. You know, it's a beautiful place, and it's going to be second to none. I mean, so
That's awesome,
so I
dude.
can't wait to get down there and see it. Obviously, we will be down there before it's open in July. I don't know when the prospective date is. I think he said that he wants to open it by the end of the year, but I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I know things move slow. You know, it's a huge project, and I can only imagine. I mean, if people think I was stressed out about what's going on, I can only imagine what Ty is. You know, because that guy has a million things going on, and but again, couldn't be a nicer person, and I wish him the best of luck with Iguanaland. I think it's going to be an amazing place.
Well, you were pretty much spot on. Supposedly, Melissa says I think he said like 4 million.
There you go.
So that's 3 to 5 on the money.
Yep, I figured that's how much it was, and you know, I mean, Ty has been a successful business person, you know, so he can. I think this is just a passion project for him. You know, it's not an investment.
No,
I think he's just doing it because he loves it. You know,
and that's one of the main things, people. You gotta, take the profit from what you're trying to do. Just do it for the passion, and then
listen,
a lot of times the money will come.
Yeah. Anyone that works with animals for money is going to fail, you know, because even though I've done things that have been very profitable in my life and with animals, and sometimes I've lost a lot of money on things with animals, if I really broke it down to hourly pay, you know, I'm getting $10 an hour, you know.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, it's just the way it is. You work with animals because you love them, not because you make money on them. And then you can make good investments. The best way to make money, much like Ty, is you work with animals because you love them, and then you make money in other businesses. You know what I mean? You know, other things, you bring income streams in with other things, whether it be animal related like product lines or merch lines or whatever the case may be. You invest in different things, and that's where your revenue comes in. And then you push. That's what I do. I mean, I make money on all kinds of different things, and then every dollar I make on everything else, I just push into the money. You know, I just push it into the business. So I never have any money from anything I make, because all I do is spend all my money
on animals and enclosures,
you know?
and all
And
that
the more
shit.
money I make outside, the more money I put into the business, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's we'll probably have, you know, I mean, we'll probably be lucky to get away with $2 million on this next expansion,
Which is crazy.
Yeah, we'll probably
Drop down in them super chats.
Yeah, holler at us, please.
If anybody could just donate $1.5 million in a super chat.
I don't know if it lets you, but
I don't know if
please
it
do.
no.
What color is it? 1.5?
Actually, I take that back.
Yeah, please don't.
Do not do that, because
Unless you do
YouTube,
2.8 or
yeah,
something.
because YouTube takes a percentage of that money. So just I'll give you my PayPal.
Yeah, hit me up on Venmo,
Yeah,
baby.
can you do that,
PayPal,
friends?
Cash App,
Yeah.
Venmo, Zelle.
Yeah, anything you need. I got it.
Yeah, can you send that friends and family so I don't have to pay the 3%?
Hell yeah. Davis actually says, "Hey Brian, curious, why are you looking to put the aquarium on the second floor?
You know?
Feel like it'd be way more money to reinforce to hold water weight."
Yeah, wow. I hadn't thought about that before. No, you know, so many people say
We've
that.
been talking about this the last couple of days.
Yeah,
It's
we've
so
been
funny.
laughing about it, because obviously it would be better to have the aquarium on the first floor.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Oh, obviously. Although, to be totally honest with you, we have a basement, so we would have to reinforce the basement anyway. So, so really, there wouldn't be a tremendous cost difference to do it on the main floor. The best way is goes on a slab where there's no basement, right? But the truth is that yes, it's more expensive. The problem is we have the Reptarium, and it would cost more. It would cost more to move the Reptarium upstairs,
revamp everything.
Yeah, move everything upstairs and move the aquarium downstairs, and still have to reinforce because the basements are here. Right. So, but this is what I've explained to him, and I'm not trying to disparage this guy. You know, I mean, it's a completely good question, and obviously, if you, in a perfect world, if I was building from scratch, I would build a slab that didn't need reinforcement, and there wouldn't be a basement, and then I would build up from there. You know, build up, and the Reptarium would probably be on the second floor or whatever. I don't know, but the point is that this is what we have. We have to do what we have. And we've looked at all other options. We've looked at moving. We've looked at all kinds of different stuff. But this is what I've said. Liken it to this. How many sky-rise buildings that are 100 stories tall have a pool on the penthouse? A lot of them.
A lot.
That you could put anything.
Dallas World Aquarium. We've talked about that a
Dallas
bunch,
World
too.
Aquarium started with a single floor, or 2 floor, and now it's 5 floors.
Aquariums on each floor, pretty much.
Every aquarium's on every
big ones too.
Get more of an effect when people walk in and look up and see fish and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Listen, it's just the way it has to be. Right. Really, the honest to God truth is, yes, there's some reinforcement that has to happen. But it's not that bad. You know, the reinforcement to put a 25,000-pound tank is not as bad as you think it is, really. You know what I mean? Okay. It's like
you could distribute the weight over the whole building pretty much.
You distribute the weight over the you got to remember we have walls that have footings throughout the entire building, so we can distribute that weight so that no one point is holding more than a couple hundred pounds.
Gotcha.
You know, when you distribute over hundreds of feet, you know, you disperse that out. So that's why you hire engineers.
Yes.
You know, so engineers know what they're doing. And this will be way overrated. We never want the water to end up on the first floor. You know what I mean? We don't want the second floor to become the first floor anytime soon. So we're going to do the best we can possibly do. But it's really, that part is in the grand scheme of the 100 things I'm worried about, that's the least I'm worried about.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Speaking of a leak, because I know that's where you were getting at with that. How's Salt and Peppers?
It's holding up, man. It's holding up. All the other day, interestingly enough, I walked down there and there was water on the ground, and I was freaking out.
You was having flashbacks, dude.
But yeah, I was like, oh shit, here we go.
You start blacking out.
I mean, it took us months. I mean, this was months of trying to fix this leak. You know?
Probably about 6 months, right?
Because
it started right before COVID, and we didn't fix it until midway through at least.
Yeah. It was 6 months probably until we finally got it. And Lori's the one that finally nailed it. But it turns out that it was just splash. They splashed out. They splashed out. So so it doesn't appear to be leaking anymore. Hopefully.
I think it's even 7 months. That's crazy. Because Gatorland was here, it was still going on, I think, right? Or just fixed it recently.
I think it was just fixed. I think it was just fixed recently,
That's so crazy.
But you know what happens is every time, now that they're so big, every time you take them out, they splash water everywhere, and there was water on the ground, and then you're like, oh my God, is this leaking? And then sometimes when you just even walk by, Pepper will just like shoot to the top of the thing. He just like literally like jumps out of the water.
So has Pepper gotten any better when it comes to handling?
No, probably worse. Worse because we don't work with it as much, right? If we work,
talk to her. Hey,
Pepper, calm down.
Calm down, baby.
Yeah, if we worked with Pepper more, she would probably calm down. But that's like the self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You basically it's kind of hard to work with, so we stop working with it, which makes it harder to work with, and then it becomes like a recurring thing. So yeah. But I love Pepper. I love her, and I don't care if I can't play with her. I
actually like the attitude a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that when we get this big 20-foot, big giant thing for her and Salt, I'm sorry, we'll teach her to station, and teach her to feed.
Very
that's all
food
she
motivated,
needs to do.
yeah.
That's all she needs to do. She doesn't need to come out and play.
Not too much of anything.
Yeah, she just needs to just come when I tell, stay, station, open mouth, get fed. Go backwards, but I'm anxious also to see, when Chris Gillette comes up, which hopefully will be sooner than later. I'd love to see what he has to say about, the Gators and what we're doing and how, and what his because he's as good as it gets when it comes to crocodilians.
Yeah, he really is crazy.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Becky just threw some love. Appreciate you,
Thank
Becky.
you,
Missed
Becky.
ya.
I'm waiting on your Nile Monitor project to jump off. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
waiting on.
tell you what, man. I hope it goes, man. I hope it goes
Be a
next year,
banger.
maybe. Interesting enough, Anthony was talking about earthing earlier.
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
And Becky's the one that is earthing. She's earthing.
She's earthing?
She's earthing. So yeah, so she was ahead of the curve.
That's it, baby. And keep doing it. It's good for you.
Mike the jeweler.
Our buddy, we haven't seen him in a minute either.
Well, he was in last
Oh,
week.
last
yeah.
week?
Yeah, he was in last.
forgot.
Maybe even on Wednesday. I think he might have dropped a couple.
Well, Mike, we missed you either way. He says, hope everyone is doing well today. Bit late. Spent the last hour setting up my new dish. Got my beta started for, I'm wondering if he's meant fish, but he says, got my beta started for SpaceX Starlink. Oh, no, that's cool.
Oh, so
he got a Starlink
right.
dish.
The Starlink dish, because Elon Musk spent like $1 billion on Starlink, and I think it's going to be free satellite for the world, right?
Yep.
Wow.
And
Yeah, for the-
everywhere, like
yeah.
literally worldwide.
Yeah,
internet.
worldwide internet for free.
Not like Wi-Fi. or
Where do you
that'd be
get that? I mean, you can already buy them.
He says he has a beta, so he might have gotten invited into a test. I mean, I know he's always into like SpaceX stuff. So, Mike, let us know how we can get one, because I'll get one right now too.
Can I get a beta?
Yeah, let me get a beta.
Let me tell you, my one place has some dumbass dish that I don't even know what the hell. Yeah.
It's probably Dish TV, right?
No. So I have Direct TV there.
Right.
But the internet.
I forget what they called. I know what you're talking about,
It's
though.
like
I know what you're talking
it's
about.
called Viastat.
Yep.
That's what it is. And it's
Horrible.
not Dish or Direct, because Dish and Direct. So literally, my download speed is like shit is like 100.
Yeah.
And I'm 30. So I'm like, and Dish was the only other one, and they were 10. Like
No,
10 megabytes
really?
per second or whatever. Like they were 10 megabytes per second. I mean, you can barely freaking download an email, but
Yeah.
So I have 2 satellites. I need I need you to get a hold of Elon stats.
Yeah, holla at your boy.
Get you, because it's not cable. It's actually just internet, right?
Right. You're correct. It's
Yeah.
internet.
So he wants to give internet to the world for free.
Yeah, because that's all those satellites. If you like right before the sun, so during twilight, like when the sun starts going down, you can actually see in the sky. You'll see the satellites go across. If you're see it at the right time. When I was driving the UP last time, I actually seen them, and so there's going to be a net pretty much of satellites around the entire Earth.
Yeah, I think he
that's
said he was
casting
going to
internet.
launch like 250 satellites or something like
So
that.
like
that
some
would
Man in Black type thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
space
he's the
net.
guy.
Yeah, the space net. Yeah, Skynet. I think.
Yeah,
is what they called it, right?
Skynet.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to just be careful of the guy without the arm that shoots shit out of his hands.
Mike came back and said it's not free. It's about $100 a month. Was better than Spectrum up here, and hardware was $600 with first month included. First test was 200 megabytes per second.
Sheesh. Yeah, Mike.
You can download a couple emails with that sucker.
I got 30.
Yeah,
I got 30 megabytes per second, for gosh sakes. You got 7 times the speed of me. I wonder if I can get it.
I'm guessing you could just get one.
I don't think I can get it, though, because I looked in where that place is, and there was only 2 options. There was Dish and Viastat. And let me tell you,
they ain't gonna be promoting Elon Musk's shit out there.
I wonder.
You know how it is,
Mike, tell me if is it like everywhere in the country yet, or is it just like he's in New York, so I don't know if maybe just like that area can get it, or I don't know.
I mean, I think I've seen other people on the TikTokers putting
TikTokers?
them in the ground. I saw red dirt, so who knows where they're at.
This is what I was thinking. I actually, obviously Sputnik was the first satellite that was put into the planet, to orbit. And it's interesting to think now, like, so let's say if you were an alien, right? Like, coming to this Earth.
Who says I'm not?
Yeah, you might be. I mean, I've had my doubts.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you use the bathroom in a year and a half.
That's actually probably true.
Yeah.
But
Not that I would ever watch.
That's because I stopped letting you come in with me
Yeah,
a year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year and a
dude.
half ago. We stopped holding hands under the stalls.
I was like, it's fine. I'm good, man.
Under the
I'm not
stalls.
scared.
Help me through this one. I'm having a baby.
Mr. Barczyk, please.
I'm having a baby. Hold my hand.
Yeah, please.
Breathe, Jay. Breathe, Jay. Breathe, Jay.
We're gonna get through this.
Get through this. But think about it. Our planet had one satellite.
Now there's thousands.
Now there's I mean, like, you can't even get into the. I mean, like,
it's a great question.
Eventually, like, I guess what I'm getting at is, who is it that regulates when they say no, you can't send any more up?
I don't think anybody.
I mean, yeah, if you can send a rocket up, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, that's what Elon Musk is doing.
Well, right, exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
It's all about the money.
Yeah, will there be a day when people are like, no more satellites, you're done?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen a lot sooner than you think because it's getting pretty crowded up there.
Well, this is the thing.
When you see like the real time things of where the satellites are,
the space junk.
it just looks. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And you know what they've talked about is like if like something comes into orbit and like wipes out a satellite, then all that debris is going to wipe out 100 more satellites. You know what I mean? And that's just going to be, and then those 100 satellites are going to wipe out the rest of the satellites. You know, so there you go. There's
this is like the idea.
There's the space junk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what they're tracking. They're tracking this.
You know what I mean? So like, imagine you were an alien coming here, and you're like, we can't even get in.
Yeah, they're
you
like,
know what I mean?
This planet is
making you turn.
Yeah, we're going back home. This place is disgusting.
We thought there was a lot of plastic in the ocean.
Yeah, they're like, we thought New Jersey was bad, but the whole planet sucks.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Becky, tell us something about it.
She says, earthing, start small, just sit in a chair and put your feet in the grass. It's amazing. And Brian, you will find a difference. It helps me to relax.
So Anthony, one of our camera guys, was talking about like they have these like beds that like somehow like
ground you to
grounded,
the earth.
like you ground the bed to the earth, and somehow it's supposed to make you feel more connected to the earth and sleep better, less nervous. I don't know. And Becky's just putting her feet on the ground. You know, she's baby stepping.
Baby
you know
stepping.
what I mean? Like let's start getting the jumper cables out, Becky.
Yeah,
You know?
come on, start grounding your chair.
Ground yourself to the fucking ground here. Come on, girl.
I love that, though.
No,
it is
it's,
an interesting thing, and I've heard about it for a bit.
No,
but,
grounded. Yeah, earthing's been a big thing.
but
for
a lot
while.
of research has been done, I think, recently of like clinical research of like, is this actually a real thing? You know?
Well, you know, the whole thing, right, is like I think there's, I talk about energy all the time.
Right.
You know, I believe in energy. I believe in energy of the universe. I believe, you know, it's like so. Take for instance Nostradamus. Okay,
Right.
Nostradamus was people a lot of times don't know this, but he was a doctor. Okay, so he was actually fighting the plague. His wife and 2 kids died from the Black Plague, and so he, as a doctor, left his home to go try to help people.
Right.
And the trauma of losing his wife and kids, he started getting visions of the future.
Weird.
So he was in his mid-40s before he became a prophet, you know, and started seeing visions of the future, right? And what many of these prophets and savants and all these other things talk about how there's this energy in the universe that just gives them power.
Yeah, like a river of knowledge.
River of knowledge that just comes in. So I'm a big believer in that energy.
me too.
You know, I mean, like I came up with a beautiful idea yesterday that I'm completely disappointed about because someone already did it. Get this.
I'm looking at it right now on the board.
Listen, dude. Okay, so let me just tell you. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I'm going to tell you that it came from an idea that I got from another idea. Like someone did something and I was like, oh my God, that's cool, but you could do this. I literally drew the product on the board, drew it
right here, like right by
and named the product, what it should be named. And there is a product, the exact same product at the exact same name is what I drew.
I had a product before the because now they have like heated jackets.
Yeah.
8 years ago, I was like, what if people put, you know what I'm saying, come out with a product with jackets that have little heaters inside of them?
Yeah.
And now they actually have them.
Yeah.
Now I actually have a sex toy product that
Oh,
Nice.
shit. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a sex thing.
Oh
I got
yeah,
going,
dude,
too.
he really do. He really does, bro.
Speaking of this, Jay, I'm
Speaking of
not going to say anything about it, but a friend of mine happens to be friends with Kendra Lust.
Oh no!
And,
so we got a face to the company.
We got
or a butt to the company at least.
Just be. I haven't talked.
Hey, I'll shoot all the marketing stuff for it anytime, dude.
Hey, there's no shooting. You don't need visual. It's audio.
No, I know, but you need a commercial to show people what's going on.
I
You know
see
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying. I got you. All right, yeah, I got
We'll do it.
I haven't talked to Lori about this yet, though.
Yeah, and
but I
won't.
do have the URL.
I know you do.
I have the URL, and I can't believe I got the URL. But how crazy is that? Literally, I drew the product, named the product, and when I searched it, the same product, same name.
And that goes to show you that like things. That's how it
that's
is
how
like a river of knowledge.
The sea of knowledge. It's crazy. But
I
was bummed.
Also, Becky did say, "Yup, I have a grounding mat, and I do sleep with it."
What?
So she's
Look
doing
at
it.
Becky.
She ain't
Look
no
at
baby
her.
steps.
She's fucking killing the world, man.
Yeah, she's like Neil Armstrong.
I want to know what that. You got to punch us up. What is a grounded mattress
mat.
costing.
Just start with the baby steps, Brian. Just go on the
Yeah,
back.
go to the back.
Just stick your feet
No,
in
no,
the
no,
dirt
no,
and
no, no.
just
Fuck that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
He doesn't
I don't
do
like
baby
my-
steps.
I don't like that. Let's go right to the grounding mat.
dive head first, right in the deep end.
Yeah, I mean, do I hook this to my nipples? I mean, what do I do here?
It's $300 for the mat.
Okay. And you put it on top of your bed?
Yeah. I think like right underneath your sheets or something like that. And then you just hook it up to whatever power lines. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
that's
I'm
what
just
saying.
fucking
Like,
with you, bro.
Plug it in the wall?
No, I'm guessing you run it to outside and probably put like a probe into the ground or something like that.
Interesting.
Is what I would
man.
assume.
Interesting. Okay, Becky.
Classic Becky. Love
Gosh,
it.
I thought Becky was normal.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, she's a crazy woman,
Yeah,
man.
she out there putting her feet all over things.
Yeah, she's got
Rubbing
that,
her feet on the grass.
Yeah, she's got that website after she's grounded. She's putting pictures out there with the website. She's got the OnlyFans.
Yeah, dude. Mike says, checking in from Indy, back home, taking care of mom's estate, wearing some Reptile Army swag to dinner. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you very much. As a matter of fact, people may not know this. You may not know this, but Taco Tuesday was done by our girl Sue. That
No
does the
way,
Reptile
was it
Army.
really?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
She's
she was.
crushing.
Yeah,
man.
so she did tell me that you were the only person she was going to design for in the reptile hobby besides me. So,
that's awesome.
She said she won't take any other. So don't try to cop.
Don't try to
on my
cop our
Sue.
swag. Is what
Don't
I'm
try to
saying.
get on my Sue.
Working
Yeah.
on another design with her too.
Oh, there you go. Oh, man, I'm going to talk to her about that.
Yeah. We'll see.
I
We'll
would
limit it to one a
we'll-
year. How
yeah,
about that?
we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Dev.
She's got Reptile Army
Man,
If
stuff
you
to
want to
do.
use any of the ideas,
No, I'm just joking with you.
fucking
I
with
don't.
you,
I
bro.
don't. Yeah, I told her you're a good guy. And I didn't mind.
Mike's. He
Although
has a
she's
couple
a big
things.
girl, she could do what she wants.
Also her business.
Also, yeah, it's
Not
not
my
my.
fucking
I can't tell her.
Mike says Starling says Utica will be covered by mid to late 2021. There is a limit on satellite constellations. If they lost all control, the orbit that they will degrade naturally in a couple years with zero interference. It's part of the reason it got approved.
So who approved it? That's what I'm saying. Like is
I
it
would-
Space Force approved? I mean,
Right,
like,
because it's the whole world. It's not
yeah,
like just
who approved?
America.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling that like Kim Jong Un would be like, hey, I'm not getting approval by anybody.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Speaking of Kim Jong Un,
Oh,
did
no.
you hear this? You
What?
know K-pop, right? The
Yeah,
music
yeah, of
K-pop.
course.
Do you know that this is? We got to look this up, but I'm pretty sure I heard that he said if you get caught listening to K-pop in North Korea, 25 years in an endearment camp.
what?
A vicious cancer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're actually right.
25 years in a working endearment camp if you are listening to K-pop.
But I agree, K-pop's whack. No, I'm just kidding.
You should be in a,
Yeah, you should be in jail.
You should
No.
go away for it.
No, but that's crazy, and that's how a lot of these countries are. It's like they control everything.
Yeah, I wonder what it doesn't say about
That's
it.
the only time they're gonna catch them listening to it if they're driving down the street with the radio blasting.
Yeah,
they
and,
know.
and those guys don't drive in North Korea.
Yeah, they
You
don't get
you got
cars
no cars.
either.
You don't got no cars
Throw
unless
the
you're in
head.
the fake city.
Throw the headphones in, you call it a day.
I don't know if they got headphones. They barely got
Oh,
food, I'm
man.
pretty sure.
Ah, dang, I wish
They're
they
not crushing
But
it.
anyways, obviously he's against K-pop. But
Yeah, regardless, it's ridiculous, and I love that somehow Trump's name made it in this article.
Yeah, I
That's
saw that.
hysterical.
I saw
was
the
like,
Trump-
what?
It's like,
What are you
him
doing?
and Trump, yeah.
Ryan,
made
I'm
it
just
a car.
noticing you have a spear hanging up.
We do. This actually is a spear that came from Africa. It was in the 50s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Lori's grandfather
yes,
brought
right.
that back from Africa on one of his safaris. Yeah, so that's like probably like souvenir type spear stuff. That was like legit style.
Yeah,
spear.
authentic.
I mean, it was probably still souvenirs, but it was before like now
Mass
you
produced,
now you
right.
go there. Like I went to a souvenir shop up in outside of Jakudu, and it's still like souvenirs, but it's like not like touristy souvenirs, right?
Okay.
And so it's just people selling stuff to anyone that wants to, and they call them mamas, is like the people that sell them, and super great experience. I mean, really cool experience. And instead of paying like $50 for something that you would pay at the airport or at some, it was like $5. You know what I mean? It was like super cheap.
And it goes to like a good cause.
Yeah, and it's
in a
going to
way, you know?
villages that literally
Versus
need
the
it,
airport.
So we spent like, I think I spent like $500 with them. I'm sure that was like the most money they'd made in like forever because it was just such cool stuff,
Right.
And I gave it to like everyone I knew got a souvenir. Like everyone,
Yeah,
I
that's
just bought
awesome.
like I literally had like a suitcase
just
full of my souvenirs, So it was really cool, and I don't know if I have any of them left myself. I think I might have gave them all away and didn't keep anything for myself. myself, but so this was like pre that, that's just like real legitimate stuff. That actually came from a Zulu tribe. No, I don't know where it came from.
It does.
Although I spent time with the Zulu tribe. Did you know that? Yeah, I spent time. There's a place called Ndumu. And it's actual Zulu tribe, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it was like really cool. You were way out in the middle of nowhere, and that's where I drank water from their well.
and that's where I got Giardia.
And surprisingly didn't get sick. Even they thought I was crazy for drinking water from the well.
Like, no.
Like, no white man does this. No white man should not do this.
Yeah, don't drink water.
Put the water back, sir.
Yeah.
Water down. Yes, put the water back.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah. No, it happened. We were like 2 hours away from the nearest
awesome.
store. Like 2 hours away from a place where we could get water.
You're thirsty.
And we ran out of water. Like we brought like several cases of water. We had no water left. And I was just, but we were leaving that morning to go, we were leaving, and I woke up and I was like super, super thirsty, and we were packing up. It was going to take us a couple hours to pack up. Then we had a couple hour drive. I'm like, I'm not waiting 4 hours.
That's lottery though, dude.
I'm like, I'm just drinking. I just like, all right, water. And I was fine.
I know, but that's lottery. You know that's lottery, bro.
Yeah.
You could have been on that plane pooping, bro. Straight pooping, bro.
So Mike says the FCC and the FAA actually regulate.
But that's
But this
us,
is
though.
America. Yeah. Like,
who's doing China?
Yeah, who's doing China?
Not me.
Well, we know China just launched that satellite that like is going to crash into LA.
The rocket? That was the craziest thing. How do you do that? The one time anyone lets you do something, it's like crumbling towards Earth. Dude,
I know. It's like, it's like, it might hit LA.
No, it was everywhere. It was like it was literally for 20 days. It was like, we don't know until the day before.
Yeah, and I remember there was like a period of time where they were like, there's a 12% chance it could hit Manhattan.
Yeah.
You're like,
no.
What,
Get
Manhattan?
Yeah.
Like, and then it just crashed in the Pacific. And it was funny because I saw an interview with an astronaut, and they said, where do you think it'll land? He's like, it'll land in the Pacific. And they're like, why? And he goes, because when you're circling the Earth, 90% of the time you're seeing the Pacific.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's like literally, he goes, every time you look out, you're just seeing the Pacific. That's how big the Pacific Ocean is.
Yeah, because the Atlantic isn't that big. We're pretty close. We're relatively close.
Exactly. Right. So, but yeah, so there, he was right.
And then Scottish Rob said, and this is a pretty cool fact, he says, a large amount of the space junk surrounding the planet is actually pieces of copper filament. We put this up there to increase radio signal distance. Fun FYI.
Yeah. What? Like, let's just put more shit up there.
Yeah, well, if we put a bunch of heavy metals up there, it should make the signal go to who? Yeah, further to who, though? Like, what are we doing, bro?
They try to talk to
the I feel you. Even like the radio telescopes and stuff. So I get what you're saying, but
the heavy metal, so we can listen to more heavy metal. Queen, fucking Queen got the Quiet Riot going up there in space, man.
That's what
right. Yeah, rock
making music going on.
Yeah, right. So it's good stuff. But I don't know. So. What's your next animal?
Man, that is a tough one. I don't know yet. After getting the Nile Monitor, which I wasn't even expecting to get, it just was like,
popped up in life.
Yeah, because it has so much blue on it.
Yeah, nice. They are beautiful.
I just had to get it.
It's crazy. So. I don't think I've ever seen a regular Nile monitor.
Yeah. So
regular Nile monitors are actually super, super pretty. Yeah. They are actually prettier than a water monitor, 100%. Because water monitors are kind of dingy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they are really pretty. I've straight up have never seen one. I've only seen like morphs and stuff.
No, they're really beautiful.
Wow.
But as far as the next one goes, it's probably going to be another hot.
Okay.
I haven't decided which hot it's going to be.
Okay.
So.
You want to keep it with the lap? I know you said you wanted to get an inland taipan. You want Mang Chains.
No, I'm probably going to the rattlesnakes next.
Oh, okay.
Because my first one was albino western diamondback.
Okay, Atrox, yeah.
Yeah, so nice. I got it when I was probably 18 years old when I first bought that one.
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah.
A little bit neonate, and surprisingly, that didn't rattle.
You know those bubble gums are sweet. Those bubble gum westerns, man. Those are. Woo.
I've been wanting to get one of the scaleless, but I've been seeing a lot of people like talking down about the scaleless. So
I think they're a lot like the ball python. So scaleless rat snakes, scaleless corn snakes do really well. Like the silky
scales, baby.
Yeah, silky beardeds are tough. And then you've got the rattlesnakes are a little tough, and then the ball pythons are a little tough. Okay. So it seems like some scaleless do well, some scaleless don't do well when it comes to the ball pythons.
Because I think,
that's so good.
Pretty sure you stopped with the scaleless ball python.
Yeah, I stopped with the scaleless ball pythons because they weren't that great. We do have a clutch this year that if I produce one, I just want to mess with it, won't sell it, don't want to produce it, don't want to market it, don't want to do anything with it. I just wanted to produce another one. It's been since the first year that I produced them, I haven't produced any.
Right.
And so I had a pair, and I was like, a pair of scaleless scaleless heads. I'm like, I'm going to breed them just to see if I produce another one and just mess with it, just to see if I can't keep it alive and keep it going, figure it out, but we'll see what happens. But the rat snakes and the corn snakes, I mean, they're just like normal. You don't do
normal.
anything different to them. No different humidity. The only thing you don't feed them live. That's it. Okay. But there's a lot of cool Western Diamondback morphs, which is interesting.
The melanistic one is one of the ones that I definitely want to get to. So.
Yeah, melanistic, and I think it's I think that's where the bubble gum comes from, right? Melanistic and albino, I think is what it is. Like would like
snow or something.
There's a couple different bush vipers that I want to get to.
Okay, yeah. Bruce has a bush viper. Not sure what species it is though, but I'm not sure.
The bush adder, right? Bush viper, same thing, right?
Bush viper,
yeah. I can't remember the name, but they're beautiful, man. That's like one of my favorite venomous snakes for sure. I love them.
Yeah, I have a freaking tattoo of one.
Yes,
on my arm, right there. Yeah, so it's I love them. They're good stuff.
But for now, my thing is right now is just trying to get myself more active, as far as like physically active. Now it's just work, dealing with the reptiles and all the animals. I don't really do much, so
yeah, that's the problem with animals.
Yeah, so like before I was doing basketball, MMA, football, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for an 8-mile jog.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's okay. Yeah, that's
everyone's trying to get Brian to do that right now.
Everyone is trying to get me to run. Everybody is trying to get me to run. Like every single person I know is like, you need to go start jogging.
Because we're all starting to do it right now.
Yeah, everyone's starting to do it, and they're like, but this is their sale point. I just don't think it's a good sales pitch.
It's a great.
They're like, if you get up in the morning and jog, it's such hell. The rest of your day's better because you're like, at least I'm not jogging. That's what they say, and I don't think that's a good sales pitch.
I took 2 months off of work when I was doing mine. So like I said, I was getting up 5 o'clock in the morning, go for an 8-mile jog, come home. I would eat like a small meal, and then I would take like a small little nap, get back up, and then I would actually go to a park and work out for about 2 hours, and then eat a heavier meal.
Okay,
and go back to sleep.
Right. Wow. So you were just sleeping and working out.
Eat, sleep, and working out. And that's pretty much all I was doing.
That's good. You just got to have a little sex in there and you're good to go. Life is good.
That was half the working out. Honestly, that's why I kept sleeping so much.
That's a man's man.
That's that extra cardio there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day.
That was the
No, but I think that I could like drive a hot nail through my toe, and that would suck too. And the rest of the day would be great when I took the hot nail out.
Dude, you know it would be mad serene. You'd probably get something good out of it, so you can do it and give it a shot and see if it works.
Go for like a little mile or two.
Yeah,
a little mile or two.
Go for a little mile.
I'm thinking like a block or two.
Yeah.
You got to throw the headphones in, have you playing. You know what I'm saying?
I used to jog when I was younger and stuff like that. And I think I'd rather see that. For me, it's like, so that's what hockey is for me, right? Like I bet you if you play hockey, whether it's on ice or roller, you are moving miles and miles, but you're having fun
while you're doing it.
You're having fun while you're doing it. So you're like, I mean, I used to go play roller outside in the summertime, where I would like split out of here at like 5 o'clock and literally till the sun went down at 10 o'clock. Like to the point where literally you could no longer see. You have to play with a ball outside, so you literally couldn't see the ball anymore. That's when you would stop, because people would start getting hit in the face with the ball and stuff like that, because you couldn't even see it coming. Go, all right, we're done. So it'd be like 5 hours of solid hockey, never stopping. Just like, and we had a blast.
But I guess the thing is too, like think about it like this too, Brian. Like when you went to do Mr. Beast, that was a difficult thing. That was a lot of adversity that you overcame, and it made you better. You actually even said it's like that was probably one of the moments that made you fully better, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like hockey's great and it is still exercise, but the thing you don't want to do, conquering it, is what makes you feel better. You know what I mean? It's like not doing something you love doing. It's doing something that is challenging. You know?
I get it.
Like I played basketball a couple of days ago for the first time in probably like 8 years.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow! Yeah, Noah likes to play basketball too. He's
an ankle breaker, he says.
Yeah, he's an ankle breaker. The professor.
Yeah, the professor.
They call him the professor.
Yeah, take notes.
Give me about 2 months and I'll see him out there on the court.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, he was playing at this gym by our house, and it was just like a bunch of like monsters. You know what I mean? And
Crushers. Yeah,
he just go out there and just get like his ass whooped.
Out, bro.
It's like these guys are jumping up, slam dunking and shit, like 360s, and he's like this white boy, just I can shoot 3-pointers. Just shoot me the ball. I got the 3-pointers.
Drained it.
Oh man,
I love basketball. I played a bunch, but I'm not good at it. I like to mix basketball and hockey. Like full contact.
Basketball, yeah,
it's full contact.
That's what I like doing too. More of the full contact sports.
Yeah.
That's why I got into MMA.
Yeah.
Which was
Noah woke up the other day and was like, "I'm going to jiu-jitsu today." I'm like, "What?" He's
That
like,
was a random dude.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go find. And then he was like, "They all stop at 11 o'clock in the morning," or something like that.
He's like, so it turns out I'm never doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, you're not doing it. It's like that's just not something you wake up in the morning and be like, "Today I'm doing it." I guess you have to start. You got to start.
My little brother's been doing taekwondo for like the past.
But he never
14 years.
mentioned it.
Oh wow,
Yeah, so he's like on his 4th black belt.
Holy
masters.
cow!
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh my
now
God.
he's getting into jiu-jitsu to go into doing MMA and to getting into the cage.
Nice,
which
yeah,
I
that's
keep telling
awesome.
him that stepping inside that cage is a hell of an experience.
Yeah, that's different, man. That's different. I couldn't imagine it, man. I was a huge, I was really into, I was into MMA before, a lot of people were, as far as, watching and stuff like that. So, Pride and stuff like that, the original UFC, back in,
my stripe is inspired by Jason Mayhem Miller.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So,
That's old school. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hoist Gracie. I mean, just the OGs. I mean, it's just that's when I was. Pride was great because Pride you could literally knee someone on the ground when they were on the ground, literally they're
Gladiator
on the ground,
shit, yeah.
and you're just. As a matter of fact, the original UFC.
no rules.
You could kick people in the balls.
Yeah.
You could kick people in the balls.
Should have kept it.
You know what I
honestly.
mean?
There was no rules to what you can do. There was no rules to what you can wear inside of there.
Yeah, you
Plus-
can wear gis, whatever, right?
Plus, there was no time limits on the rounds. You just go fight until you can't fight
Until you
anymore.
die, yeah.
Yeah, just can't fight anymore.
damn.
And then you'd have Hoist Gracie, 155 pounds, fighting a 300-pound dude.
Oh, there was no weight
Yeah,
classes.
Yeah,
right?
no
None
weight
of that.
classes. It was just it was gladiator
Free-for-all
shit,
shit,
you know.
yeah.
But it's kind of interesting because aren't we kind of, in a way that was still very niche. But aren't we kind of now becoming more gladiator-like?
Yeah,
You know what
dude.
I mean? Like even to the point now where we're celebrities are fighting.
Yeah.
You know what
Get
I mean?
in the
It's
cage!
Yeah, it's
Get
we're
in
not
the
just
cage!
talking we're no longer trained fighters. We're just throw these
Anybody.
guys.
Anybody.
Yeah, these two YouTubers, they're fighting now.
Slap the gloves on and put them in.
Yeah, they're that's become every YouTuber. I've said that. I'm going to announce I'm going to start boxing.
Yeah,
you
he's
know, and
gonna
I'm
fight
gonna
Kevin
pick some-
McCurley.
Yeah, me and Kevin are going at
He
it.
never gonna get you.
Going at it,
It's gonna be a
man.
Brian versus Brian battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, Let Roses Burn says that we'll see how good this ankle breaker is in September. So when she comes, she's gonna cross up Noah.
She's gonna
Cross
play
Noah.
some
She said she's gonna
b-ball?
cross up Noah. That's what she
She's
said.
gonna cross up.
She also says
Noah.
hashtag chat gang goes to the Reptarian.
Oh,
gang,
yeah,
gang.
there you go, man.
man.
Yeah, gang, man.
Tell Noah
Wow,
he's-
I
tell
didn't
Noah he
know
got the
Lori was
competition in
like that,
September.
man. I didn't know she was
Dude,
gonna-
it's crossing people up.
crossing them up, man.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, we do have to incorporate a basketball net into the Reptarium expansion somehow.
Easy,
right?
dude. It's
You
a
know?
second story. We get a nice. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Just plaster right on the wall.
We got to do a third story with the gym.
Oh,
We
okay.
gotta do is,
Smart.
Third story just
makes
for the gym.
sense.
Actually, my buddy Greg from Aquascape, he has literally the most badass facility. He's got a gigantic building for all his pond stuff, and he literally has indoor soccer.
Okay.
He's got basketball court. He's got a volleyball court. He's got a full on gym with hot tub, sauna,
outrageous.
and cold tub.
Wow.
All in his facility, and he's got a giant cafeteria that feeds 100 of his employees.
Unreal.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous,
That's
man.
crazy. When I was down in Florida, one of my coworkers, his stepdad was the guy who owned the mansion in Men in Black, the one that they blew up and
Oh
drove
shit!
through.
Yeah.
So the story behind them blowing that mansion up, when he bought the mansion, he found out that the mansion was too big for him to have. So Hollywood hit him up and was like, "Yeah, we'll give you a couple $1 million just to blow it up."
Just to blow it up.
Yep. So
Oh my
then
god,
he wound
that's
up
dope.
rebuilding his new house in Florida, and within a year.
Yeah.
And he has one room that's bigger than probably this room and that room
Oh my gosh.
connected. And it's just pictures of all of his racehorses and all the wins that they
Wow.
have.
Oh my gosh.
In the middle of it is a bowling ball. I mean,
Yeah,
Bowling
bowling
alley?
alley.
a pool table. Right in
Oh,
the middle of the
pool
room
table,
is just
right,
a pool table. Then he
That's it.
has a bowling alley in the house
Oh my
and a
gosh.
movie theater.
So wild.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, some people live that way.
That's all I got, bro.
Damn you people.
I was like, man.
So that's cool. Well, listen, man, it's awesome, dude. Good hanging out. Thank you for coming out. I hope that everyone learned a little bit about Dev. And like I said, I'll put your links in the description so they can go show him some love. It was a good time, man. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed having a guest on. I know I certainly did. So I didn't have to just
mind
BS.
coming back out. Got any questions for me? Just let me know.
Yeah. We'll definitely have you back for sure. And you're always welcome. We'll have you out for the vlog as well, obviously. So you're not going anywhere. I know you're part of the fam. So thanks, Dev. I appreciate it, man.
Not a problem.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you joining me tonight. Thanks for all your support on everything. Means the world to me. Definitely be seeing you guys on Wednesday on the Checking In podcast, and certainly I'll see you tomorrow. You got to watch the vlog. It's going to be a banger. You're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
Good. So, and we got a couple bangers coming soon. So
I think the next week's pretty loaded. So
yeah, we're loaded definitely. So all right, we'll see you guys.
See
love
ya.
You. Out. See ya.
All right, you guys.